Y'all. So this is how the roundtable talks gonna operate. Of course, we're gonna go clockwise. So I'll pretty much like start it up, and then Rab goes. Lucy. Do you pronounce it Lucy or Lozy?
It's Losi. It's Losi.
Locy. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Seg, then Heimer, and then I'll add whatever input. I don't
The
know.
anchor? Okay. All right.
Yeah, you're the anchor, dude.
You're gonna put the drunk dude as the anchor? God help
But
me.
of course we're gonna start it out since this is the main focus. It's gonna be content creation. I already you guys if you guys were in the stream, y'all already heard like everything else. Of course we're not gonna have the discussion that I wanted to today because I wanted proper people to be here for that discussion. But so first I just want everybody to just introduce themselves, starting with Rab, what you do. Just it does, and there's no time limit here, by the way. I'm not in no rush to end. I'm not if it ends in an hour, it ends in an hour. If it ends in 2 hours, it ends in 2 hours. This is just us getting to know each other. And like, cause Rab and Lozy, I never talked to you guys before, actually, like outside of Twitter. Seg and Heimer I've actually been knowing for quite some time, and Segnaria is actually he interviewed me for
We're
a
blood
podcast.
brothers. We
Yeah.
literally, we're blood brothers.
Yeah,
Buddies.
yeah, that's pretty weird.
No,
So,
it's not. You like
so
that, don't
okay,
worry.
so starting with Rab, and also try not to interject. You know, make sure we have respect for each other when we're talking. I don't know how Heimer's gonna do because he's drunk, but we'll see.
Give it the good old college
Fuck,
try.
man.
So,
You guys already know where I stand at this point.
yeah.
True that.
So, all right. So Rab, you can go right ahead, dude.
All right, man. Well, my name is Rab. I'm on twitch.tv/Rabaroni_. I'm a variety streamer. I've been recently getting into Escape from Tarkov. And that's pretty much it, man. Just doing the thing, living the life.
How long have you been
2020.
streaming?
For about 2.5 years. Off and on.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Josh, you just
Nice to
broke
meet you,
everything
bro.
on your channel.
Yeah, I know. I forgot
Did you see
to.
that? I was like, wait, where did everybody go?
I
disappeared.
forgot to start up my bot because I did a shout out. And I'm like, wait, the shout out didn't happen. But once it loads up, I'll be able to properly do it.
I'm gonna do a shot for everybody that introduces themselves.
I like it.
All
Somebody
right.
Come in chat and be like, "Hey guys, I'm blah blah blah," and I. stream
No,
here."
no, I meant, you get it.
Yeah.
I spilled.
All right. Losi, you can introduce yourself, brother.
All right. Well, my name is Losi Dosi or Lucy Doosey. It's at this point it's basically both. But yeah, man. First name is Carlos. Been streaming on Twitch for getting close to 2 years now.
Wow.
On and off as well. Because life shit happens and you gotta prioritize. But I mean, I stream whether it be like BRs, some multiplayer games here and there, and I'm a big fan of like RPGs.
Oh,
and some
nice.
single player games, so very wide variety, and I also have 7 toes. So there it is, dude.
What? 7 toes?
Wait, really?
Yep. Yes, sir. I'm not even trolling.
Dude, I wanna. Dude. Ooh. Can I ask for a
Don't
fucking-
show feet, because believe me, people will put that stuff on the internet. I've done it.
Oh, they
Can you
will.
DM me a foot pic? No, I'm just kidding.
Somebody
Let's go.
donated to
I'm
me when I
kidding.
was
I'm
drunk
kidding.
one
I'm
night
kidding.
and said
I'm
show
kidding.
feet, and I did it. And ever since then, my feet have been on the internet. So don't
For
do it.
research purposes, guys.
Yeah.
Yep,
Science.
research purposes.
For
Science.
research purposes.
Oh, Jesus. All right, Seg, your turn, brother.
My name's Seg, or Signary. I am a full-time content creator. I have my own podcast called The Creators Club. Former Mixer streamer. Rest in peace. Fuck you, Microsoft.
This one's for you.
Yep.
This one's for
Yep.
you.
God, fuck that.
Got my glass up right now, bro.
Cheers, rip.
Yeah, rip to that platform. Yeah, I don't know. I just chatting streamer. I've been streaming for 3 years now, full time. Well, I mean, I stream 3 days a week, so I like making custom keyboards. I like kicking people's ass in Apex. That's about it.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't play games
Hey.
on stream now.
Oh,
Nope.
okay.
Oh wow,
Okay.
Wow.
that's a big thing, dude.
He's a just
Big thing.
chatter.
I'm a just chatter / like I would like to say like design work because like custom keyboards, like graphic design work, but like I do a lot of just chatting for the most part.
Got you.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Got you.
Nice to
That's
meet you, dude.
awesome.
Yeah, nice to meet you, man.
All right, Heimer, my dude. Feel free to introduce yourself, my man.
What's up, guys? I am Heimer. Heimer is obviously a reference to League of Legends. I'm a Rioter. I've been playing Riot games for a long time, and recently I got into Valorant. I am an aspiring Valorant pro.
Ooh.
Hey.
I play a lot of FPS games and Valorant. I've got like 1,500 hours in CS:GO or something like that. So, yeah, Valorant has been a lot of fun. That's what I've been playing like nonstop every single day.
Yeah, dude.
Whenever
I've
I'm
been
not
watching you.
working or sleeping, I'm playing Valorant. So,
Really good
yeah,
Valorant player too, by the way.
thank you. Yeah, I do. I try. Okay, that's all. That's all you can do is you could try. I
Exactly.
do like to do some variety from here and there when I do some drinking and stuff on stream.
Mm-hmm.
I play a lot of single player games here and there, co-op games, stuff like that. I've been streaming on Twitch for 7 years.
Woo!
Believe it or not, 7
Damn.
years.
Wow,
This is my
bro.
7-year anniversary this year.
Damn,
Um,
congrats.
Thank you. I have not gotten anything from it, if I'm being honest. I just had the first time ever. I had back-to-back months where I got to pay out from Twitch.
Dude, that's
the
awesome.
first time ever.
Wow, that's
So,
That's
awesome,
yeah.
dude.
awesome, dude.
In 7 years. But yeah, no, I play games and I like to talk to people and I fucking love Twitch, man. I have a Twitch
Yeah.
tattoo.
Hey.
Hey,
Hell
that's
yeah, dude.
that's
I have a
like
glitch tattoo
yeah.
and a Zed
Nice.
tattoo. If you're in the league, I have a Zed tattoo.
That's tough.
But yeah,
Hell yeah,
so
dude.
yeah,
Zed the Master Shadows.
Zed, Master of Shadows, bro. Right
Nice.
there on my arm.
Awesome. I like it.
That's awesome.
I'm a gamer, dude. I'm 29. I've been playing video games since I was like 5 years old. So it's what I do, and I love people too. I love
Yeah.
people. So
Amen.
that's
Hell
me.
yeah,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
Hell yeah. I guess
Appreciate you
it's
guys.
I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, introduce yourself on stream.
Well, this is for anybody that's coming in
You
from
know.
this is anybody coming in from y'all community too, and plus newcomers that's in
Yeah,
the stream. My name is Corey. I go by Yosh on the internet. That comes from my old name used to be Where's My Yoshi. I changed it because I just didn't want any problems with Nintendo in the future because everybody knows how obsessive they are over their properties. I've been streaming for 3 years in July. And I think I'm mostly known in the Twitter sphere than anything else. But I love streaming. Streaming has always been a passion of mine, and I went through different areas of streaming. When I first started, I was a Hearthstone streamer. I streamed that game like 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. Got completely burnt out, stopped playing it, period. I haven't touched it since I stopped streaming it, actually, because I burnt myself so bad from it. Then I moved on to being a Warframe streamer. Then I became a Fortnite streamer, like everybody.
I never did that.
Like most people. And then after that, I got super big into Escape from Tarkov. I actually streamed nothing but Escape from Tarkov for over a year.
Nice.
And
Hell yeah. Tarkov's fun as fuck, man.
now I'm dedicating myself back to becoming like more of a
I think that's how we
variety person.
met. No, wait, we met through.
We met through
Horribad.
Horribad. Yeah.
Yosh disconnected.
No!
Did I
No.
disconnect? No.
No!
No. I'm back.
Okay. Okay. Refresh stream.
Yeah, refresh stream now. No.
Dang.
5 for 5.
But yeah, I streamed this game Tarkov well over a year, and then recently I haven't stopped playing it, but I'm not streaming it as much. I decided not to stream it as much anymore because mostly I don't want to be known as a one-note streamer, and I never have, but I let Escape from Tarkov kind of take over my identity as a streamer. Like, I had artwork done, I did nothing but stream it, all this stuff, and it's a great game, but it's not what I want me to be. So
Do you
that's
think
why
that's a bad thing, though.
I don't think it's a
being well known for one thing, because there's
I
a lot of
don't-
people who've made a lucrative career off that.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a terrible thing. It's just not what I want to be. If that makes
and I
any
think
sense.
you're a great Tarkov streamer. I'm just throwing it out there.
Thank you. Yeah, no, and I love Tarkov. Like Tarkov is a great game and has a great community. I just don't think I'm meant to be a face of that community, if that makes any sense at all.
No, it makes sense.
And that's why I want to start doing these roundtable things, because this is a chance for me to get to know more people, get to know their stories, and this is pretty much going to be a weekly thing from here on out that I really want to do. Because I love getting to know people, and I feel like Twitch, it's really hard to do that because it's kind of like a dog eat dog world in the Twitch.
Everybody's got their guard up.
Yeah, and
People don't
I
wanna be taken advantage of.
even had my guard up, because like when I had higher view counts, like don't get me wrong, like I'm not like a top streamer on anything, you know, but when I had higher viewer counts, I've had people use me in the past, and it really makes you lose trust in people in general. And I want to start breaking that stigma in a sense. I want to start getting to know people again and becoming friends. You know, becoming friends isn't really, hey, I'm going to be in your stream all the time. It's, hey, I'm here if you have anybody that you want to talk to or listen to. And I feel like that's what people kind of get mixed up with Twitch. It's like, hey, if you're my friend, you have to be in my stream. You have to be supporting me, rather than, dude, I just want to be your friend and I'm going to be here for you. I'm married. I have a full-time job. I can't, like, and I stream. So it's hard for me to be in people's streams. But I bet your ass, like, if you message me, I'm going to be there for you. You know? Right. And I feel like that's the most important thing with making friends in the Twitch atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, no. Some of my best friends I've ever made are on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Horribad's one of my closest friends.
Yeah.
We live, 15 states away. He lives in Texas. I live in Ohio. You know, we've met in person 3 times.
Yeah.
And he's one of my closest friends.
Which is amazing, dude.
So, some of the relationships that you make, and some of my other closest friends, they're all from California.
Mm-hmm.
And they're people that I've been going to TwitchCon with every single year. We all get a B&B together, but we only see each other once a year. But they're some of my closest friends. People that I play games with online, and then I only see once a year. I have closer relationships with those people than people that I met, 15 years ago in real life in high school.
Yeah, and that's the magic of the internet. Is you meet, like, me and my wife met on the internet. Like, that's how we met and got married.
That is a great story, and I remember that is a great story.
And like we met, we got married and moved in together, got married, everything, and like, and I think it's because you get to know people on a more personal level, where most real life friendships, a lot of it's face value, and
it's harder to lie to somebody over the internet than it is to lie to them face to face.
In my opinion,
a lot of the trust you build over the internet is because everything, you can find everything out online, everything about somebody, and it's easier to be truthful because otherwise somebody can just Google you and find it out, But if you meet somebody at a bar and you're like, oh yeah, I'm a lawyer and I got 4 cars,
I've done that. I ain't gonna lie, I've done
and
that,
a big old house. But you don't give them a real name and they can't Google you. But
All right, listen. If you're
wait, you've done that?
You just at me next time. Okay, listen.
Sick
I was
bastard.
21 and stupid. Leave me alone, okay?
You're 21. Fuck, I'm old.
No, I'm 24 for reference.
Oh, okay.
But when I was 21, I definitely listen. All right, look, we do stupid things, and I have zero regret.
Well, here's with that, I think we can perfectly segue into this next subject, because it's actually becoming it's a talk that every single time huge something happens, like every single time something big happens on Twitch in the Twitter sphere, people get amped up about cancel culture. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I'll actually start this conversation, because I think it's the best way, because I kind of want to get this off my chest. I've been on Twitch, of course, for 3 years, and I've said some jokes before that were tasteless. You know what I mean? And back in the day, whenever I was part of TBD, I used to be a staff manager, and I made a super tasteless joke in a stream. And I will admit, it was a homophobic joke. It was. And I will own up to it, and I have owned up to it already. And of course, I've changed for the better. And I feel like no matter if you do things 2 years ago, 3 years ago, a year is a lot of time for somebody to change and to change like how they say things, how they word things, and how they believe. And of course, that was one of the first times ever in my life that I've done something where people canceled me for it. And some of them were actually really good friends of mine. And I couldn't understand it at first. I was like, well, we're friends. Why didn't you just come to me, let me know I did something wrong? I could have fixed it. With older age and with things like with learning things as you go, I realize you can't please everybody. People are going to cut you out of their life no matter what you do, even if you change, genuinely change. People aren't going to still going to hold their guard up with you, and that's okay. It's not, it's their right to not forgive you and not be your friend anymore. Just like it's your right to change or not change. But of course, most of us are adults and we do change. Like I think that's the difference between like our generation is that if we do something wrong and we learn about it and we actually educate ourselves about it, we actually put in the effort to change our ways of thinking and the way we do things, which is awesome. So, if anybody else wants to, we'll go over to Rab next, and then we'll just keep going.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, guys. Just an FYI.
Okay,
Well,
Lucy.
I'll make sure to take an extra long session because I
Yeah.
can see.
Take
I
an
can
extra
see-
long second. I need a beer. I need a beer for my portion. Is what I'm saying.
I understand that, man. Yeah, because this is a rough topic to be honest. Because that's kind of a segue to like why I don't like social media in general. But it sucks because if you want to be relevant as a content creator, then you have to be and at some form in touch with social media, like with Instagram, with Twitter, Facebook, if you want anything of that nature. But like me personally, I'm not the type of guy, and it. I'm not saying that this is for everybody that's on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a lot of clicks, popularity stuff.
Yeah.
Just people that are like they think that it seems like that they think that they're better than you and they don't want to give you the time of day, or maybe they're just so busy they don't have the time to give you the time of day to talk. But like it just seems like there are so many people on there that want to voice their opinion about something and they want to get better. They want to gain more followers, they want to gain more traction by either like saying what they need to say and stepping on other people, or um I don't know, like
It
it's
goes
it
back to people having their guard up constantly when it comes
yeah,
to this platform.
exactly.
People
Yeah.
always have their guard up because you cannot trust people
Yeah.
on Twitch.
Yes.
Everybody wants to be Ninja. Everybody wants to be Tim the Tap Man. Everybody wants to be the biggest streamer. And most people will put whatever they can do, everything they can forward to try to be that person. If it means stepping on somebody else or utilizing somebody else's resources, they're going to do it.
Well, here's
Everybody's gonna
also
do it.
one thing I learned too is that if you have over 3 viewers, you're already doing better than 70% of the streamers that are already on the platform.
Mhm.
Yep.
So like people add numerical value to everything. Like, and I'm on Twitch to have a good time and I want to make friends, but people have this grand scheme of what they want to do and how they want to do it. Half the time it bites people in the ass. And
I mean,
then
that's a good example of it, though. For example, I've been streaming on this platform for 7 years. 7 years. I got my first streaming PC 7 years ago. It's sitting right there. I just took it apart. I have 430 followers. Like and I've never done anything to ever try to elevate myself through utilizing somebody else's resources.
Mhm.
And that is something I pride myself on. It's something that's kept me back in a sense that I don't have a lot of followers, but like I'm never gonna try to utilize somebody else. If people are gonna follow me and watch my stream, I want it to be people that I'm close with, people that
Yeah.
I game with, people that I'm friends with. Everybody that watches my stream, that comes into my stream, that hangs out with me in my stream, are people that I have met probably at least one time in person, or people that I consider myself to be close with, like as a friend, as a gamer. Whether it be through the internet, through IRL. Those are the people that I want to watch my stream. So it's like
Yeah.
there's two different kinds of people on the platform. Somebody that really cares about making content and doing it for fun and enjoying it, and then people who want to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
And those
Yep.
people are going to do everything they can to make that fucking happen. If it
Mhm.
means utilizing somebody else's platform by just being a dick and just taking everybody else's resources, they're going to do it. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And it's sad,
You know?
dude. It's
It's
really
sad. It sucks because you have to hold your guard up. Because
Yeah.
if you are somebody in that position where you have some sort of influence, you have to make sure everybody's chasing clout these days. Everybody. They're all chasing clout, man. They all want somebody else to like push them to a point where they can be famous or
Yeah.
Relevant.
have a big stream. And
And,
it's,
like-
you have to have your wall is here. If you're smart like me, your wall is here. You put that shit up.
Yeah,
You know?
I've been called the clout chaser before for calling out a big streamer for copying and pasting one of my tweets for impressions. Like
I remember
remember
that.
I called him
remember that
out,
shit.
and everybody called him out.
Which was true because
And-
there's fucking timestamps.
Yeah,
Like
and-
there's timestamps for these
And
things.
people are like, "Oh, it's like a general statement." I'm like, "Yeah, but he took my statement word from word and posted it." And also going back to you, Rab, because I don't want to get too far off
Sorry,
subject.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
No,
it's
that's
okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
Back to
interjected,
you, Rab. I don't
apologize.
want to get too off
fine.
subject with the cancel culture aspect because I want to hear everybody's point of view.
Yeah.
Also, I know that like cancel culture is like an echo chamber. Like when you talked about how like when people cancel people, it's just like it's throwing things out here and there. It's an echo chamber, dude. Like
Yeah,
it's
like a wave, dude.
Yeah.
It keeps going and it keeps going. Because I mean, like, I don't want to get too far into another subject, but it was, the whole thing about the sexual assault allegations that are coming out, right? That are on
Yeah.
Twitter all day, right?
Mhm.
There are people that are going on there, and it's not the majority, but they're going on there that are doing fake sexual assault allegations just
Yeah.
to ruin other streamers.
There have been a
And that-
couple of sorry to cut you off, but there
Multiple.
have been a couple of people that had it proved wrong,
Multiple.
and it came back to
Multiple.
bite them in the ass even harder. But the
Exactly.
way I am for being like a proper ally in this movement is that you always have to make sure you believe the story first, because you
I don't
never
think
want.
that's true. I
Well,
don't think that should be true. I
it's
think it should
okay.
be based on fact. You know what I mean?
it should be based on fact, but it also there's a hard way to always prove what
Like,
actually
look at,
happened.
Look at all the major allegations. Every
Yeah.
major allegation that has come out, there has been significant screenshots and facts. where
Yeah.
everybody has put out something that shows and proves this person is a
Yeah.
scumbag piece of shit.
Yeah.
Right? This is why, like, I didn't say anything because I'm not huge into this whole thing right now.
Yeah.
But, like, if you couldn't tell, I'm a huge Summit fan.
Yeah,
He's my
no,
favorite
yeah,
streamer of
yeah.
all time. Of
His
all time.
posts-
When
oh
he
my
said
God.
innocent until proven guilty, my first instinct was abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
Do not crucify somebody without evidence.
And
Do not crucify
that's
them without
that's the
evidence.
thing.
And
Like
there's a
I
lot
don't
of that going on.
I don't crucify the person, but I do listen to the person's story, and I'm like, hey, I hear you, and I'm listening to you, and I'm gonna see what happens, and see what happens with this. But I'm still going to support your statement because females are like I'm not trying to get too far into it because we're just a bunch of dudes talking about it.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you my point of
Yeah.
view as an ally is that I'm the person that's going to say, "Hey, I'm here. I'm listening. I believe you," until something's proven otherwise. I'm not saying it's guilty until proven innocent. I'm saying it's I want to be that person because this is why females have such an issue with coming out about these allegations is that nobody believes them half the time.
It kind of ties into cancel culture, though.
Yeah,
What we're talking about. You know,
Yeah.
it's
That's why I
seriously
brought it up.
like this is what like when you retweeted what Summit said and said that what he said was a bad opinion. In my eyes, the way I saw it is that you saw what he was saying as a negative opinion and it immediately jumped out as cancel him.
Well, I
And a
didn't.
lot of people jumped
yeah.
out and said cancel.
I didn't mean
A
that
lot of-
as
a
in
lot of people
canceling him. I meant that as in it's the wrong thing to post right now because
don't
a
think
lot
so,
of
though.
people are coming out with their stories, and I don't feel like that was the right thing to say at this point in time.
But
And
he was the
That's the key.
context of it. The context of it.
but
The
that's the
context
thing.
was that
Yeah.
he was saying is that it's based on what we're seeing from Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh. No! 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 Come back! Come back! Come back, please! Please come back!
refresh.
Refresh
I'm
it.
so sorry!
Refresh.
I'm so sorry! My internet's cutting in and out. No.
Oh, dude, I got.
But all right, I'm actually
Then
going.
you should sub
I'm sorry.
twitch.tv/it's Josh.
No, okay. I'm gonna actually segue away from this though because
Yeah.
I
Okay,
just
yeah, let's swap because I'm gonna get real.
yeah,
real.
and I don't
I'm gonna get real
want
into it,
this
and I
to
don't wanna be-
overshadow.
I don't want to be the bad guy here.
Yeah, no,
I
and
wanna
and we-
apologize, guys,
Yeah.
for
No,
bringing
you're
that
fine.
part
Don't
up. We're
apologize.
No,
No,
like,
it's
It's
okay.
something that needs to be talked about, but we shouldn't be the ones talking about it.
That's what
Correct, 'cause
I'm
we even-
saying.
We all agreed in the and when we came together, when Yost brought us together, and we were like, "Hey, we're just a bunch of white dudes."
But
have
we all
no
know in the
say
back
this.
of our head that we have a genuine opinion about it.
Right,
And
Yeah.
we have,
leaked
we have an
out.
opinion, but like
Yeah.
this is
You know?
not our time.
Yeah,
to
we
speak.
We're
have yeah.
passionate. We're
Yeah,
passionate
we
about
have
it.
our
Everybody's
that,
passionate.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. We have our opinions, but honestly, we're not the ones that need to be talking about it right now.
Correct.
That's the only thing I said,
Exactly.
and it's okay to have an opinion. It's okay. Like I still respect each and every one of y'all, even if y'all opinion is different than mine. But I think we also need to. I think we also need to respect the fact that these are females that should be talking about this, and they're the ones that because I don't want to be the ones. I don't like I said. I don't want it to seem like, hey, this is a bunch of dudes talking about stuff and they don't get it. You know.
Don't be a
Like-
simp, Josh.
We're acting like we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, and like
Listen,
and
I just got back on this platform. If I find out I'm in r/livestream fails, y'all's asses are I'm flaming all.
No,
And my-
you'll blow
and-
up,
and
dude.
my
What are you
wife-
talking about?
and
You're
look,
huge, dude,
man.
and I'll utilize your platform
Okay,
to make myself
but-
more popular.
but
dude.
but my wife just said
Former mixer stream.
my my wife literally just said in the chat. She says honestly, more men should be discussing these issues, but she understands the showing of respect.
Agreed.
So-
Yeah, more men should
Oh,
be
yeah.
discussing the issues, but the fact of the matter is, we as people don't have any right to speak on it because we're not involved in it.
Exactly.
We're
That's
not
personally-
directly involved in it. We don't know anybody who's been involved in it. We don't know anybody personally who has had this experience
Yeah.
on Twitch, at least. I mean, I know people who have had
A
experience.
few of my close female
with bad people, but
Yeah.
it's not something that I can directly say. I've had an experience where I was involved with somebody who had a position of power through a platform I'm involved with.
yeah.
I can't say I've been
Right.
there. So it's not my opinion to say it. You know, I do think that there's a lot of people that should come forward if they've had this problem. But I think that the people that are coming forward should definitely come forward with hard evidence.
Yeah,
Because
but
the people need to be crucified.
Yeah.
They need to be put in their place. And the only way for the people to actually be put in their place is if there's hard evidence.
oh yeah,
that's
and
my-
and I
that's-
do
that's-
agree with that, but I also do
I support the
understand,
people that don't have that evidence, that have
Yeah.
their situation. I support them.
and that's what I
but-
told you earlier. I understand the aspect of, hey, this person came out, but I don't know if I should believe them just yet. But it should be a thing of seeing them, hearing them, and being there on their side
Exactly.
if shit goes down.
Exactly. And the first thing I do whenever I see something like this is I'm hard into the research.
Yeah.
I go hard into the research. I don't immediately, decide that person's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I go into
Yeah.
the research and I figure it out for myself, and I see if there's anybody else who's had similar allegations.
Yeah.
If there's anybody.
But
that
if
came
I
out with-
do see a trend of multiple women coming
Exactly.
out, and it's a trend it's because like a lot of times they're scared to speak up, which is understandable because
they
these are
should.
people in power. These are
Because
people
it's just as easy for somebody in a position of power to put a woman down and say that person was lying. You should
Yeah.
never trust them.
but
and
then
that
like
person's career is
you
ruined.
get person after person after person after person coming out. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Something is going on
Kinda,
here.
it's kind of suspect, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of like maybe, but you still, like you said, you want to be
Like
on
the
their
whole
side.
net-
You want to make sure everything's good, right? You
Yeah.
wanna make sure
Yeah.
everything's good.
like the
but-
whole method drama.
Yeah.
Like there were so many people that came forth and said that that dude from Method is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
The Josh guy? Is that who you're talking about?
Chris from Method, like I guess he's a huge fucking I don't know if you've seen a lot of it, but I read into a lot of the drama, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my fucking god.
Honestly,
Oh,
dude,
man.
it's so hard to
Oh
keep up with
my
like.
It's
fucking
fucking
god!
crazy,
Like,
bro.
how are you that big of a scumbag and nobody has said anything before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And that's the
dude.
biggest WoW org in the world. In
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's crazy to me.
All right,
It's
so
insane.
we're gonna continue. Get back on
All right, let's
subject.
fix it because I'm
All right.
getting passionate about this. I apologize.
Lucy, we're talking about. So, Rab, were you done with everything you were saying with
I
cancel
mean,
culture, or if
Honestly, dude, you can let Lucy go, man. 'cause
no, you
I'm
sure?
honestly fine.
Yeah, because I
Alright,
mean,
fine.
I feel like we cut you off a few times, and that's not what I
I
wanted
did,
us to do.
apologize.
Completely. Yeah, I'm an adult, dude. It's fine. No worries.
Okay.
I can handle it.
So, Lucy, we're talking about cancel culture. I talked about like what I went through already with going through some type of cancel culture. Rab gave his opinion. God damn it!
Why?
Why? Okay, I'm back.
Are you dropping frames?
Yeah.
You
Well,
drop your bit rate. What's your bit rate at?
my bit rate's at 4,500, dude. Like I
Drop
shouldn't
it
be
down to
losing.
400 or 400.
400. You want everything to be pixelated?
Okay, not everybody has 10K bitrate, mixer boy. Okay. Not everybody can stream at 17,000 bitrate. All right, my guy.
I will say, being able to stream at a 10K bitrate stream at 1080p 60 was at an ultra low latency.
Okay, we're not at Mixer yet, so we can talk about that later.
We gotta take a time out.
All right, Lizzie, what we were talking about before I got cut off, we're talking about cancel culture and
Right.
what's happened to like what happened to me. Rab gave his opinions on things that he's gone through and that he's, you know, he's how he views things, and I just want to know what's your opinion on cancel culture and all that stuff.
I mean, listen, man. Like, obviously, we've all been on the internet for quite some time. We've seen how the internet has evolved for the good and for the bad. But man, it's the cancel culture thing, man. Like, it just seems like like you said, when the wave is going, especially when you add it to the fact that people just love to pile on for the sake of impression farming, and like that's the shit that really just it blows my mind because again, if your values are firm and you want to like combat whatever whatever the individual that's trying to get canceled, and you may have an opinion or whatever, and you just want to see justice, even if the person didn't do anything wrong or whatever the case may be, right? I do think that it's gotten to the point where it's a little like people are fiending to ruin people's lives, and I that doesn't sit well with me, man. Like, I mean, listen, I know, like, even just in IRL, like, how often do you come across a situation where, whether you're in high school, you hear a rumor about somebody or whatever, like, did you ever feel like people were just immediately ready to just fucking ruin their lives?
Yeah.
I didn't recall that when I was growing up in high school, but now that we got the internet and people are emboldened by, just saying whatever they want and whatever because it's the internet.
Oh,
And
they're
it's
also
that kind of
behind a keyboard, so they can say whatever the
Yeah.
hell they want.
keyboard warriors, you know what I mean? So like it's like I I get it that there are some people that should not be able to have a platform. I think we can all agree that there are some outliers where you just shouldn't have that platform because you're influencing your audience in a negative way and you may be harming people. I think that's pretty fair to say, but man, it like the Jenna Marble situation, I don't know how you guys felt about that, but like
That was
I
so long ago that I don't think that it should be warranted.
I
That's what I'm
honestly
saying.
feel like the whole situation was overblown about cancel
Oh, yeah.
culture from the get-go. Because if you go to
Yes.
that video, look at the like to dislike ratio.
It's
Like,
disgusting.
no, the like ratio is like over 50 something thousand, and the dislike was at like 9,000. Like, yeah, there's gonna be some people that cancel her, but there's a lot more people that forgive her and agree
Yeah.
with her.
And
And
the
I
thing
Things she
with her
said
from
were
the-
so
from the
long
jump.
ago.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what I was saying earlier. Like, a year is a long time. 2 years is a
Mhm.
long time. 3 years is a long time. You have to give people an opportunity to change. And
Yes.
like I said earlier, people aren't going to give you that. They're not
No.
going to forgive you because they're going to hold on to it. And that's
Not if they
okay.
don't like the person. If they don't like the person, they won't give you the opportunity.
If it's already set in their head that, hey, this person is a piece of shit and I'm never going to like them, no matter what that person says, no matter how genuine it is, it's not going to fly with the certain people.
Yeah.
It's just how
And
it
that
is.
and that's like and that's where we're at right now. Do I think that we can come to a point where we can start to deconstruct that behavior and perhaps channel it a little bit better, or at the very least, just tell people to chill out, man. Put the
Yeah.
pitchforks down. Just breathe, relax. Like, I
Yeah.
get it, you're upset, but like, holy shit. Like, I always say this, if that's
Pitchforks
happening to
down.
you, how do you feel, man? You know what I mean? Like, if that's happening to you, and say you're on the internet and this is your fucking livelihood, like, dude, what happens then? And I
Yeah.
get it, man. There are some bad apples in this world. I understand that, but like, we got to do better, man. For
Yeah.
real. Like, it's just shameless, is what it
That's
is.
why I said I think that there needs to be a lot more evidence for it to be a legitimate claim. It needs to be a lot more
Mm-hmm.
evidence, and people need to come forward with the evidence
Yeah.
when they come forward and they start making
Because
their claim.
even
Because otherwise,
Jenna,
it should. It's
yeah.
crazy.
Because
you
even
could just
Jenna
assume.
said like she deleted the videos. That's not who she is anymore. She doesn't agree with what she said. And if you watch the video, it's very heartfelt and very genuine.
Yeah.
Like it was like what over
And
four,
it's
it was like
Jenna
a
Marbles, man. She's
yeah.
not a bad
Facts.
person.
Yeah.
She's
If
not
you look
never
at
been a bad person.
if
She's just been a funny girl who does goofy shit on the internet. Like,
Yeah.
why are
Had
you
the
gonna
balls to
cancel
do some
that?
shit back in the day.
Exactly. Back in the
Like,
day. How fucking long ago was that? Why are
yeah.
you just gonna
And,
cancel
and I
somebody?
was talking to somebody at work today about like the whole like me, like a lot of people at work that I talk to have the same views and opinions as me, and which is really cool because they're about my age as well. And we were talking like if you look at the humor back in the day, it was okay, even though it was not okay. We were it was ingrained into comedy and in movies to say, hey, this is okay, this is cool, when it was not at all.
Oh
Like
yeah,
it was
dude. I
never
can tell
cool.
you, all through high school, I remember like I'm 29. Like,
Yeah.
I'm about to
Mhm.
turn 30 in 2 months,
God,
and
you are old.
I told you. Thank you. My whole high
Sorry,
school
my bad.
career, we utilized the word gay.
Yeah.
We called
Oh
people
yeah.
gay, but we
Oh,
did
yeah.
not reference it in the sense we were speaking out somebody who was homosexual.
Yeah.
Facts.
And I grew up thinking that that was okay to
Yeah.
speak like that
Me
to
too.
somebody and call them gay.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I occasionally still say it. Like, I sometimes it's just kind of like muscle memory.
Because it's something that
I'll-
you've
I'll
done
be
for
like,
so
I'll see
long
a
without
car,
realizing.
with some underglow and be like, bro, that's fucking gay.
Yeah.
I
Well,
well,
that's
you can't
yeah.
say that kind of stuff.
Like yeah, it's
this
like
age.
saying that and saying like the R word, like
Ooh, yeah.
you know,
yeah.
that's
Okay,
another
the
thing.
The R word hits a little harder for me.
Yeah,
Same.
but like a lot of people that said that word doesn't have those type like mentally disabled people in their family.
It's the same instance.
Just
right,
like yeah, just like it's like let's say you say, oh, that's gay, but maybe you don't have anybody who's gay in your family, or that you know
Right.
personally that's that way, that you never knew that was not okay to say. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I feel like as we get older and as we educate ourselves and get that vocabulary out of our system, that's what real change and real growth is. Like
And I grew out of it, just
Yeah.
like everybody else should. Like
Yeah.
I have a sister who has autism.
Mm-hmm.
She's 6 years old. She just turned 6 years old, and I'm 29 years old. So for 23 years of my life, I used the R word as in
Yeah.
gaming when I was playing. I'd be like, dude, you missed that shot. You're such a retard.
Yeah.
I used it all the time.
Yeah.
And now I have, I've realized I have somebody who I'm close with who has a disability, who is genuinely on the spectrum. And
Yeah.
I'm close as hell with her. I love her to death. She's a beautiful human being. But I did not know that until I
Yep.
was in my early 20s. Like, I
Yeah.
grew out of it, just like
Yeah.
most people should.
Yeah.
And a lot
Exactly.
of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have that. They just
Mhm.
they stay that way through their whole life.
And
They
it's
go,
funny. Sorry,
go
my
ahead.
bad.
Go ahead. No, you're
No,
fine. Go. No,
funny
it's
you
your
bring
turn
that up.
anyway. Go.
It's funny you bring that up because, like, I recently, and not to get into it too much, but I had a conversation a couple months ago with a really good friend of mine, and he's played with me on stream before. He's always been a very big supporter of me and everything that I've done, right? But I do felt like he had the language that he used at times, I felt like I was like you got to be careful. And then it just got to a point where we were playing unironically League, and he just started flaming somebody, and he used a certain word, and I just snapped, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. For me, I don't really use that language anymore. I like there are so many other words in the English fucking language, and dude, I speak two languages, English and Spanish, fluently. So I know there are a lot of other words that you could fucking use to let out your frustration,
Yeah.
right? So, and I had to draw the line in the sand. I'm like, listen, bro, if you're gonna start saying shit like that, at least around me, I'm gonna not only am I gonna flame you, but I'm gonna again draw that line to be like that shit's not okay. And if you aren't with me there, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I just turned 26 like an hour ago. You know, I'm
Happy
literally
birthday! Woo!
Happy birthday!
thank you
Happy
guys.
birthday.
You
Thank
didn't
you.
say anything, Lucy.
Yeah, dude, I lost track of time, you know. And like it's one of those things where like I said, I had to draw that line, and it was tough, it was uncomfortable, but I'm glad that like as time went on and he started to mature a little bit, he understood why I was telling him that. I'm like, because listen, dude, you're saying this with me now very casually. What happens if you say that at work? Then what?
Yeah.
Or you aspire to be a head of a company someday. Big aspiration, right?
Yeah.
But what type of company are you going to run if you're saying shit like that? Is it going to be profitable? Probably not. So you
Yeah.
got to start cleaning that shit up now, whilst you have zero eyes on you or whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
start maturing, grow the fuck up, and let's just keep it kosher.
Yeah. And that's
That's
what
all
I
I got.
feel like everybody needs to do better these days is
Yeah.
calling people out.
Get your
Like,
boy, dog. Get
yeah.
your boy, dog.
Get your
Get your
boy.
boy, dog.
Like,
Get your boy, dog. That's an emote in my chat. Get your fucking boy, dog.
Handle my life.
Yeah.
Get your boy. Handle him. If that's your homie and he's talking shit like that and he's being ignorant, get your fucking boy.
Because it's not. You're
Because
not
I'm
being,
gonna do it if you don't.
Yeah.
Right, because like you're not being a dick to him. You're just trying to be like, hey, yo, like I'm telling you, if you say this instead of someone else, you're getting flamed. So like I'm gonna tell
Exactly.
you now, like so for me, like the hard R word is a huge one for me. And like it sometimes slips out of my talk, or you'll hear me like where I would almost finish the sentence with it and I'll stop myself
Yeah.
and I'll be like, oh no, don't say that. Good. And like, but sometimes I'll say it, and like my mods or my friends will call me out and they'll be like, yo, what's with that? And I'll be like, oh shit, yeah, you're right, my bad. Didn't even mean
Yeah.
it. Or like I'll call them out and they'll be like, what? And I'm like, not around me. I don't
Yeah.
you say wherever you want, but not around me.
You gotta,
Or whoever I'm
exactly.
with.
You gotta hold your friends accountable.
Yeah.
And
And
like,
you know,
and
and
like
I've had
they'll get
friends do
pissed
it.
at you and they'll throw a fit, and it's like, throw a fit. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna hear it. I don't have to listen to it if I don't want to. And
Yeah,
if I don't, and
exactly.
if they're like, well, I'm gonna say whatever I want, it's like, then we're not friends anymore. And if
Right.
that's what I have to do, because like their character will transition to your own character.
exactly.
And that shit hurts. That one hits hard. Because
Yep.
like if like just for better lack of term, if Yo starts using terms that I don't like and I let it slide a little bit, at some point, I'll say it in my own chat.
Yeah.
And then my chat will be like, you've never said that.
Right.
Why are you saying that?
It's like transitioning. Like
Yep.
like you're surrounding yourself around this and you're not saying anything. It's gonna slip into you. Because we're all human. We're all gonna slip up and we're all gonna adapt to our surroundings. So it's kind of like if there's
because you want to fit in.
Exactly. And honestly, fuck fitting in. You know, like we grew up with this high school mentality. You got to be with the cliques. You got to fit in. You got to deal with this. You got to deal with that. I feel like we're at a point nowadays where it's kind of like fuck that, because it's so easy to find a community where you fit in online. It's so easy to find people who see things the same way you do. For the longest time we were in high school or middle school, we didn't have like access to the internet like this, like how we have now, which is why
I was a loner, bro.
Yeah.
I was so alone in high
Actually,
school.
I was a part of the cool kids.
I mean, I was honestly homeschooled, so like I was honestly homeschooled, so like my story was different. Like I was super different, super loner, because I was like this one kid that was homeschooled. So like it was a lot different for me, you know. Like I didn't get but like I went to church. I was a church boy when I was younger, you know, and And so like that's where I hung out with my friends.
We all had that phase.
Yeah. And like that's where I met all my friends was at church, because like that's the
where I
only
learned
way.
all my morals in life too.
Yeah.
You know, where you learn
Still,
all like
yeah.
being a general human being.
That's
'Cause
the
Yeah.
one good
I don't.
thing I will
That
take away
blows
from
my
religion.
mind. That
Same.
blows my mind. Like people
Agreed.
can have their differences on religion, but at the end of the day, like I was always taught and raised to like treat people the way I always wanted to be treated,
Mhm.
and
Exactly.
like I
Be good
never.
to people, they will be good to you.
And like
Yeah.
I know how cliche that can sound, but like for reals, because like I treat my own chat, the way I want to be treated, and like
Mhm.
when my chat gets out of line, I'm like, I would never do this to you. I would never like bash you on something. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's-
I treat my chat
yeah.
like dog shit because they are.
And it's sad. Yeah, and like to me it's very sad to see how things are nowadays, like because like you guys said, like we all went to church, that's where we got our morals, and it's kind of like where's all these other people that grew up with us talking, like supporting the things we're supporting. We're taught to love people, so why
It's
aren't
generational. It's
yeah
generational.
exactly.
There's
And
an
Not
entire
saying- now-
generation of people whose parents taught them that there is an entire culture out there that does not belong in our world.
yeah,
Think
Yeah.
about that. That's the craziest thing to me. It's like there's a whole generation that said, "Hey, by the way, we're white, they're black, don't like them."
yeah,
Mhm.
to
There's a
also
whole
be fair,
generation of that.
to also
Yeah.
be fair, just for context, just because you didn't go to church or just because you didn't have the same upbringing as doesn't mean you can't be that person today.
Exactly. You
Right.
can grow out of it, but there's
You
such
can
there's
totally-
such there's an like you know this, and I'm sure you guys understand this. There's parents and their influence on their kids, or the way they're raised. You can
Oh.
have a serious impact on a child's mentality
Yeah.
through their whole life based
So-
on how you raise them.
so
And there's a
here's-
whole generation of that where
yeah.
people have no tolerance for anybody who's different from them because of the way their parents raised them.
I think the one mistake that my parents made raising me is that, you know, I was taught to love people no matter who they are, but I feel like one of the most dangerous things you can teach your kids, maybe we can teach them this stuff later on down the line, but right now it's so crucial, the difference between people's color of skin. Because my parents were very much like, oh, you know, everybody's treated the same, everybody's treated the same, and like I grew up and I had like the punch in the face, like holy shit, we are not all treated the same, and I feel like that's like a super dangerous thing to teach your kids is to not see color, because it's very very important to understand, like, hey, you know, you can teach them as they get old. Like my son's biracial. Like my son is mixed. You know, my
Your
wife
son's
is
beautiful,
black.
by the way.
Thank
have a
you,
beautiful
thank you.
child.
Like
And
I
your wife is
agree.
beautiful.
yeah,
Will have
Beautiful
more
family,
subs than you
yo.
at some point in life.
no,
Yes.
but
Oh, 100%. No.
but
Yeah.
like
100%.
that's why
Literally he will kill your career.
that's why I am so passionate about that's why I'm so passionate about Black Lives Matter and educating myself, because I have to be that husband, that father that my son comes to if he's treated differently because of the color of his skin. And you know, I live in the South too. And even though I live in New Orleans, you go 30 minutes an hour outside of my city, and that's redneck central. That's
Exactly.
racist central.
K
Where they
Kona.
use,
Oh, yeah.
where they use the N word like it's nothing. Like
Yeah.
it's just like I'm from your neck of the woods too. I'm from Central Louisiana, and it's you go 30 minutes outside of my town, and people use the N word like it's
Dude, that's not
Just another
uncommon.
day, and
I'm
yeah.
from
Yeah.
Ohio. I'm from Ohio. I live 20 minutes outside of Cleveland. If you go 20 minutes west of Cleveland, that's how it is. It's
My
Yeah.
it's
entire
It's
state is
awful.
red.
any
I
white-
literally
any
live in
white-
North Dakota.
any white
That's all we
neighborhood near
talk.
me. Like if you have a Ford F-150 and you're in my neighborhood, you're most likely got a Trump sign in your yard and you're a racist piece of shit. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Here's
Yeah.
this
Crazy.
mentality. Here's this mentality. And I hate talking politics, but like one thing that really frustrates me is like
Same.
how do I say this without coming off as a dick? The alcohol is in my head right now. Sorry. Like what frustrates
Same.
me what frustrates me is that like regardless of political opinion or Republican thing, people on both sides of the camp can't understand that like while I have these political views, I'm somehow automatically these things.
Well, here's the
That
thing.
really, and that really sucks.
Here's the thing,
I'm a-
though. Two wings, one bird when it comes to politics.
Oh, 100%.
2 wings, one bird.
Government
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy
our
shit.
our government has been digging their grave, which is why the systemic racism in this country is so deep rooted
I'm going to Canada
because
next week.
of both parties. It's
Okay.
not Democrats, it's not Republicans, it's both parties.
It's the system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
That's
system.
why it's called
The
systemic
two-party
racism.
system.
That's why
Two-party
it's
system.
yeah, and it's a terrible system.
Look, I'm a
it's
liberal.
terrible.
Look, I'm a liberal. I believe Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. It's not all lives don't matter. It's that the
Yeah.
problem is Black lives are in jeopardy, so they fucking matter more than yours. But I also own a gun.
Yeah, no, and I
There
believe
you
I
go.
believe the right to carry. It's in
You know
it's
what I
in
mean?
the yeah. I don't have a problem with it.
My generation, a lot of the people I know and my generation is similar to what my stance is. My friends and myself, we're out there protesting. We're out there saying this is bullshit. People deserve to be able to walk the streets and not have to worry about being killed because of the color of their skin.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm
But
saying the same
I
exact
also
way.
say I will fucking shoot you if you come on my property. Like that's
Yeah.
my.
But the
that's
thing
my-
is it's also like that's your
that's the millennial generation.
Yeah.
That's the millennial generation.
yeah, and I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with owning guns. I don't have a problem. I believe they do need to be better moderated.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Ohio is
sure.
so
Yeah,
bad.
man.
Yeah,
Holy
and I
shit.
I
walked
believe
into
in
a gun store and gave a guy my ID, and 10 minutes later I had a gun.
yeah, and that's
Dude,
what I'm
my
saying.
friend bought
yeah.
a
He didn't even
shotgun at a
scan it.
gas station.
He
Like
didn't even scan it. It could have been fake. He didn't even
12
scan
gauge
it.
Smith and Wesson sitting on my door right now, dude. Bought it at a local art or a local gas station.
But exactly, that's the thing I'm saying. In gun control needs to exist, and it doesn't
It does.
exist. It doesn't exist
does.
in our country.
I agree. It needs to exist, but no, there's no but. It needs to exist. It just needs
Where's
to
the
exist.
butt coming
I was
from?
like,
Okay,
what?
Okay, I was gonna say, but it
There
needs
is-
to be. You know what? Never mind.
There is kind of a
Stop
but,
giving
though.
people who don't need guns guns.
Exactly. And
Give
that's the
people-
problem,
Yeah.
right? Because we're never. That's the counter argument is that we're never going to be able to, no matter how much gun legislation we have, the people that want to get those guns are going to get those guns,
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So,
But it still
making-
needs to be like regulated, like legally. It needs to be regulated. I'm not saying take
Bro.
away people's guns at
From
all.
legitimate
You know?
sellers.
Here's
Yeah.
where I'm at with it.
legitimate sellers, exactly.
Yeah,
not
like
these
when
back
I
alley
buy a
brawls
gun, when I
and
went
stuff
in to
like
buy a
that.
gun, it was so
Like I
easy.
understand you can go to the side of the road, contact somebody, and get a gun. Like anybody
No, you
can do
really-
it.
yeah, you really
Illegal,
can't actually, dude.
illegal guns are going to be harder to control. Legal
Here's-
guns and having those laws for people who own guns legally, it should be a lot more difficult for the
It's
people
not-
who are purchasing
It's
a
not
gun legally.
just the fact that like a restriction and being able to get access to a gun and all that. It's also like teaching people how to use a gun because like
Oh,
while it's easy to
Jesus.
purchase a gun, like for a really good thing for like that I only can use as my example is like at a very young age in my state, like everyone's taught how to shoot a gun, everyone's taught how to go hunting, and your stance on hunting is whatever, I don't care.
Right.
But like, I mean, I have literally seen an 8-year-old kid teach me how to unload, clean, and reload a shotgun all on his own, and I'm like, dude, I barely can fucking tie my shoes on a good day sober.
Yeah.
And you just disassembled a 12 gauge, cleaned it, and put it back together.
I like how you added on a good day sober. like you tried to do that drunk. Like
Yeah.
But that's why, like, that's I feel like where our education system has been failing us forever. You
Right.
know, gun education is important. Black history education is very important.
Mhm.
Whatchamacallit, sex education is very important.
Yes.
And these
Science,
things are
don't forget
constantly
about
getting
science.
cut out of schools. You know, and they're constantly gun education never really existed. And black
there's no gun
education
education, right.
black education is Black History Month, which is learn about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. He was bad,
George
which he
Washington
wasn't.
Carver, who made
Um,
peanut butter, like,
Yeah, like
and the Civil War, which is a fucking joke in high school, the way they teach the
600
Civil War.
different
Yeah.
ways of peanut butter, dude. Come on.
yeah,
my
but
God.
it's like they don't teach you the importance of Black people in America and everything they actually went through. They never
if I
have.
May, if I may, guys, I since we're on the topic of education, so I'm from the state of Massachusetts, right? some education is probably one of the things that's like on the top of the list. Like, doesn't matter what town you're in Mass, but one thing that's always been pushed is education and being informed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that there aren't ignorant people in Massachusetts, because let me tell you, a lot of them are here and they fucking suck at driving. Okay, so
Boston
I
is
gotta.
in Massachusetts. Okay, let's be
Yeah, yeah,
honest.
exactly.
And I'm
Okay,
Irish, and I can say that.
there it is, dude. So like, it's like I also have a unique experience in the fact that I've lived in different countries. Okay, I'm from Venezuela, like I mentioned earlier. I lived in Spain for 5 years of my life before coming here. Actually, I came here in 2007, and one of the things that really struck me when I got here, well, in Mass, I was like, okay, education's a big deal, whatever. Then I go spend some time in Wisconsin for 4 years trying to be a college wheelchair basketball athlete. Didn't work out, but it is what it is. Um, and I was just shocked as to very basic information that people just had no idea about. And and then I asked, like, what are the qualifications to teach in a state like that? And you only need a bachelor's degree.
2 years of
And
school.
yeah, in Massachusetts, you need a fucking master's degree, homie, to
In
be able to
Ohio,
teach
you
it.
need an associate's degree to be considered
That's
a
a
teacher.
joke.
No way,
An
That is a
associate's degree
joke,
in
man.
your
dude. I
major
can
field.
teach.
Yes,
I can teach in Ohio. Shit,
you can teach in
frick
Ohio.
Yeah,
I
so
just
it's
got
like
my associate's degree.
Yeah. Let's go
There you
teach in
go.
Ohio.
Hell yeah!
there
No,
you
don't. That's the problem.
go.
I don't see a problem, honestly.
Okay.
I see a job
2
opportunity.
years of school, an associate's degree. You basically just need to learn how to do math, English, and science, and then you
Yeah.
can teach kids how to fucking learn about.
job
everything.
opportunity here for us. Okay, listen.
Yeah, no,
No,
kidding.
I will shoot you down.
Nah, but it just like, I don't know, like it's always like, because like I wasn't born here, and there are still some things that like I still don't understand because I haven't spent enough time living here, especially growing up here as a child, because I came here into middle school. And as you guys know, in middle school, it's when shit starts to get a little serious, okay?
A little bit.
And a little bit. And, also me being in a wheelchair, like, it just, eyes were on me all the time. And I actually, I don't even know where I'm going with this, to be quite
That's where
honest.
your opinion should mean a lot more than a lot of people's, though, is because
Yeah.
you have an experience where you can say, I'm not from America,
Mm-hmm.
I'm disabled.
Yeah.
And I can tell you firsthand the problems that are going on because you
Mhm.
had an education in America and you
Mhm.
grew up outside of America and saw culture outside of what we've seen.
And
Even if it was when you were young, you still
Yeah.
have that experience. Not to
Yeah.
Exactly.
mention you are disabled, so it's one of those things where you can say this is what I've experienced. Your opinion should mean more to a lot of people. And there's people
Thanks,
that
man.
won't take that opinion
Mhm.
seriously, but the intelligent people will.
Yeah,
Guys
and
like
that's
us will say
mhm.
your opinion means a lot more than a lot of people's because
Yeah,
like I said,
and
I have family who's disabled. I understand it. That opinion means more to me than a lot of people's opinions. Just
thank
saying.
you, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not just
And
saying that because I'm drunk.
okay, and I don't mean to like
Maybe a
keep
little bit.
rambling on or anything like that, but I will say, like, living here as long as I have, because at this point I've lived longer in the States, and I like it's surpassed living in other places, right? And dude, I don't know, guys. Like, I was genuinely shocked when, like, I always heard that there was some itchings of racism. Like, when I played basketball growing up, so playing a lot of like with a lot of inner city kids too, and they're telling me their experiences. But like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, there's no way. This is America. I'm coming from Venezuela, where that country is tearing itself apart, and people are abusing the system, and they're discriminating each other. And I'm like, that can't happen here. Because again, as a foreigner, you're told that America is the home of the free, land of the brave, opportunities up the wazoo,
Yeah.
and
Being
tell
from
ya.
here, that is not true.
You know
at
what?
all.
It's so
Woo!
funny how
You get to
all
say-
of that bullshit is ingrained into our heads growing
yeah,
up.
It is. And then when you get to be at age where you understand the way the system works, you go, that is fucking horseshit!
However, though, to be fair, though, I've got
Mhm.
friends that live in Australia, and they'll
Mhm.
tell me every day, they're like, dude, my country is just fucking dumb. Like,
Oh,
dude,
Well,
like
every
this place should
country
have caught
has
all the way
their-
on fire and just
Yeah.
burn all the way. And then
Yeah.
like they're like, dude, the states sound great, and I'm like, nah, dude, Australia sounds lit. And well, I mean, it was lit for a while, but
Wow,
States are
dude,
not.
too soon.
Okay, all right,
Too
relax.
my
soon,
platform just
dude.
burnt itself to the ground.
Oh
At this
my
rate, I
god,
don't care.
dude.
F it.
No, your
Just send it,
your
dude.
platform
Mixer.
committed self
Yeah, dude.
self Sudoku.
Dude, fuck Microsoft. I have so many
Yeah,
thoughts
for
on that.
real.
Did
Oh,
you see?
dude.
Did you? I'm sorry.
Okay,
This aside,
I
did
guess-
you see they're closing all of their stores?
Oh my god, did you see my tweet I posted about that shit?
Wait,
I
say
did
that
not.
again?
Okay,
What?
Microsoft is closing all of their stores.
Microsoft is
Every location that they have, their
All
actual
their,
physical
like-
stores, they're closing
What?
all of them.
yeah.
Every
Nice.
single,
So
Nice.
every
Verge,
single one.
literally, The Verge is the first person again, just like the Microsoft shit, was like The Verge literally reported and said Microsoft is closing all of its stores within like the next month or now, basically. They're closing all of their like physical
Wow.
stores.
Every single physical store. It's
And
like
I literally retweeted and
it's
I
a
was like,
software
do you think?
company.
And I was literally like, do you think all those employees that worked at those stores found out they lost their job through this tweet? And people were like, too fucking soon. I'm like, no,
Okay.
Is that
I don't-
how you guys found out you didn't get emails or anything?
Oh my god.
Okay, wait.
I need a beer, and then we need to talk about Mixer because I need.
Yeah,
to know.
that's what I'm
I know,
segueing
dude.
into.
Dude.
All right. Time
That's-
out. Time out. I gotta take a piss, and then
Yep.
we get a beer, and then I need to find out about Mixer.
All right,
'cause
we're gonna have
This is crazy to me. 'Cause
everybody
I-
gets-
look, I'll be
He's
the
bringing the big boy out.
I'll
Hey,
be the
all of
I'll be
you.
the devil's advocate, like always. I've been
Nope.
a big Mixer
Hey.
shit talker.
I said no devil's advocacy in this group
But
discussion.
I've always been a Mixer shit talker, and I
All right,
want to be the
so-
guy that,
Oh, you know what?
Wait.
You know what What do we got
All right,
for?
go get your beer, Heimer.
I
I'm
gotta
gonna go
piss.
get me a
That's what
beer.
I'm
Break
waiting
the seal.
for.
Oh, go get your
All right, I gotta
piss.
break the seal.
Let me go get a drink, and we'll be back. I'll be back.
All right.
So,
So what's up, guys? How we doing?
Yeah, how's it
what's
going?
up, man? So what? Wait, before we get into the mixer
Uh-huh.
thing, though, what were we were talking about
True, what
beforehand?
were we
We
talking
can
Alright.
continue that until Mr. Oh wait, he's already back. Jesus
Oh,
Christ. I
perfect.
thought
Thank
he was gonna
God.
take-
Oh, my fridge is like literally right there.
Yes, conveniency. Yes, I love it.
I mean, same. Fridge is
So I'm gonna touch on what's going on in my chat right now, and it's like it's well, my wife actually pointed out a really good thing. It's like we literally grew up pledging allegiance to the flag in school, but wasn't taught about different cultures,
Ooh,
and that is
Okay.
like super huge in my
Irony.
opinion. Yeah.
I got written up from work, so I work in a school district for context, and I
Oh,
work
shit,
actually in an
okay.
elementary school, and they'll do the Pledge of Allegiance every single morning. And as someone that works, I don't teach; I just work as. a
Yeah.
Ah!
And
Don't get rid of me.
and literally, they'll do the Pledge of Allegiance, and teachers and staff will be like, "Hey, why are you not doing the Pledge of Allegiance?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to do it." First of all, I'm lazy
Next
and-
time, Neil.
Woo!
Good
God,
girl,
dude.
bro.
Too soon, Yash. Too soon.
No, like Colin Kaepernick, dude. No,
Okay,
like
No, that's why I said too soon.
To be fair, when I found
No,
out,
like-
I at the time when Colin Kaepernick was kneeling,
I supported him.
I definitely supported it. All
Me
right,
too.
definitely. No, I'm sorry. I
Same.
mean, hang on. Wow. Okay, hold on. I said my words wrong. I supported people being frustrated with him.
I
Because
didn't.
I was like, "Why are you kneeling?"
Yeah.
At the time. However, after finding out about events about how Colin Kaepernick took time out of his life to like talk to like military people and
Yeah.
talk about the
Yeah.
situation, once I found out about that, my entire demeanor changed, and I was like, "Oh, never
No,
mind."
that's
the
the thing.
fact-
That's the thing that people are so fucking ignorant about is that
Yes.
Colin
I had no
Kaepernick
idea.
talked with not
They
one
walked
vet.
it out.
He talked to multiple vets. Okay.
Never knew that. at the
And
time.
I
Never
talked to
was
somebody.
watching
I'm like, Colin Kaepernick talked to some vets before he did that, and that was the most respectful thing for him to do.
Yep.
And they're like, well, they're not all vets. I'm like, well, do all vets matter?
Oh, but
I'm like, do all vets
Exactly.
matter? Like, is there all lives matter people? I'm like, do all vets matter? Well, yeah, but then what the fuck was wrong then?
Yeah,
Like,
I had no idea at the time. So when I found out, my entire demeanor changed. I was like, never mind. All right,
Yeah,
I don't have an
exactly.
issue.
And then also too, like if you dig some more about what Colin Kaepernick does too, he donates so much money of
All the
his,
money
like,
he made.
yep.
A lot of the money he
every
made when
bit
he
of
was
it.
in
He
the
donates
NFL.
it to after school programs to keep kids off the streets, and also to donate
There you
to Black Lives Matter, police brutality, stuff like that too.
Yeah.
He
He puts his
he
money
doesn't
where his
use any
mouth
of the
is.
money-
Yeah.
Exactly. But people fail to realize that because, oh, they're getting into my football game, boy. He's sitting there and he's kneeling.
That's the
He's
thing.
all
How
this
dare
nonsense,
you?
boy, I tell
This
you
is an
what.
American
Football-
sport.
football-
How dare you think you can?
Football has
How
been
dare you.
political. Football has been political since the Vietnam War, when they used the Pledge of Allegiance to get people drafted into the army and into military. Like, that's why they did it, is to draft and to get people like, hey, come join the army, come join, the Navy, all that stuff. So it's been about that. Like, and it's like, it's no disrespect to people who serve our country. I respect
No,
everybody.
the reason he
you know?
did it was because he was respecting our country.
Exactly.
He was respecting the beliefs that they were based on, and the fact that
Exactly.
this is a
In
country
theory.
that was created equal, and there was a long time when it wasn't. And he's like,
This
"You know what?
country
It's
has
getting back to
never-
be that point where it was never equal.
Yeah, this
No,
country
it's-
was
It
never
was
equal.
never
Never
an
been equal.
equality.
Yep.
It's
Kaput.
never been equal. Think about it this way: my grandmother was alive when slavery existed.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm 29. My grandmother was alive when slavery existed.
Yeah.
Me, I'm a Twitch streamer. I
Yeah.
have a computer with 3 monitors.
Yeah.
Think about that. I'm
Yeah.
talking on a webcam right now.
Yeah.
And my grandmother was alive when slavery existed.
Yeah.
That is why he kneels.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
because that never went away. Nobody
Nope.
came to the conclusion that that is a problem.
Yep. And then, like, people want to think just because
It's
this,
bullshit.
people just think, like, because the Civil Rights Act passed and all this stuff passed, that it just magically went away. And
You know
that
what
never
that was?
happened.
That was shadow politics.
Yeah.
That
Definitely.
was shadow politics because it was a time when you could not go on the internet and Google who died today when a cop killed them.
True.
Yeah.
No, you're right though, bro.
Yeah,
That was-
that's
that was
the
shadow
other
politics.
reason
Yeah.
why people too, they say, "Oh my God, the world is such a bad place." No, the
No.
world has always been a fucking bad place.
You just
We
couldn't
just
find out
have
about it
cameras.
Yep.
Yeah, we just have cameras on every single person
on
nowadays.
fucking everything. Everything is
Exactly.
recorded. You could not find out when people were killed when a bullshit like that happened. Like if
Exactly.
these riots that are happening right now that have been happening, you could not see that on the internet 20 years ago.
No.
You know,
And
when
then,
my
like-
dad was in high school, when my dad's dad was in high school, you couldn't see that in you could not see that on the internet. That didn't exist.
And if
Now you can.
if you look at it now too, everything that's happening is very similar to the LA riots back in '92. Like
Yeah.
With
You talking about
Rodney
Rodney
King
Yeah.
and everything like that.
So
Yeah.
similar.
I
Oh my
watched a
God.
few documentaries the other day, and it was
That
just
spawned
like,
an entire generation of revolutionary music.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm just
exactly.
throwing that out there.
Yeah.
That's
An
facts.
entire
No, you're right,
generation
bro.
of revolutionary, and I'm a musician, and I got it's not
Ooh.
here, but my guitar is over there. But
Yeah.
I'm a musician, and dude, the music that came out of that generation was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And people don't listen to it enough.
Yeah. No, you're
The
right.
music that came out, like, dude, I'm talking about fucking NWA.
Dude,
Dude, a lot of the
Are you
hip hop
kidding me?
artists. Yeah.
Shit was gangster as
Are you
fuck,
kidding
bro.
me? NWA? That fucking shit was revolution. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
revolution.
Yeah.
Shit was slapping.
Well, if you look at like a lot of the bands that came out of that, even like into the late '90s, like Rage Against the Machine, System of a Down, like
Rage,
all
System-
of
dude, Serge Tonkin is one of the best vocalists I've ever heard.
yeah.
in my
But
life,
if you
and
like
that guy is a political phenom.
exactly, exactly,
Black
and then
Flag, for
like
perfect
you
example.
you have people that like listen to these musicians, but they don't understand the shit that
They
they
don't
are
get it.
saying.
Nobody
yeah.
listens to the message in the music. Nobody these days.
No, exactly.
Oh,
We're
Just
getting
depends
way
on
off
if it
topic.
has
We're
a-
getting way off topic. What's the next topic, Yash?
could be.
Oh,
I can talk about
Mixer,
music all day.
Mixer,
I can talk
Mixer.
about it all day.
We're talking about
Mixer.
Mixer, Sag. You can
Ooh,
lead
I
this
know.
I'm gonna let Sag talk
discussion.
about it. We gonna let Sag
Like,
talk.
he's
Yeah.
taking
We're
the-
gonna let Sag take the lead here, dude.
The
All right.
juiciness.
So,
Alright.
so I feel
Before we start, cheers to Mixer.
Facts. Cheers, bro.
so here. I'll start it off because I actually streamed on Mixer for a few months. Okay.
Homies.
I'll start off. I'll start a little bit off, and because I started on. I didn't start on Mixer, but I went to Mixer for a few months, and I will say that the platform was a good platform in my opinion. They
Great
have
platform.
their community is a lot like we talked about Twitch earlier about how everybody has their guard up because they feel like people will use them and stuff like that. The Mixer community, I didn't get that feeling at all. Everybody was friends. Even like the partners that got like the most views, they talked to you like you were just a regular person rather than like talking down on you or completely ignoring you like most partners do on Twitch. So I felt like there was a huge family community with Mixer, which was really cool. It was really cool to experience that and be part of that. And it's very unfortunate that they went down. But to be honest, Microsoft never lives up to their expectations with things. If you look at Zune with their music platform, they completely got rid of it out of thin air. Like,
But Zoom was a joke. Okay, that's different.
Yeah, but
I
so is
love Zunes though.
Listen,
Come on,
Zune-
You
man.
were
Zune-
that kid that owned a Zoom.
Zune-
Had an iPod.
Exactly, because
But
I
the-
was too broke to get
no,
an
but here's the
iPod,
thing:
okay?
Zune was the only competitor, the only real competitor to the iPod.
It
But-
shouldn't have been a joke. Is the big thing. It should not have been a joke.
Yeah, and then
Mixer,
you know,
Mixer should have been the competition that Twitch needed
Yeah.
to get its ass in gear, and then people would have been like with Ninja and Shroud leaving.
yeah, but that's
Oh
what
my
I'm
God.
saying. Like Zune didn't have to be a
Considering
joke.
other
Zune,
platforms?
Zune was actually like a really good music service compared to Apple. Like it was really good, but they just gave up on it because they didn't see instant profits, or they didn't see profits after a few years. And then you had the phone, the Windows phone, that they stopped doing. And I loved it. I loved the interface on the Windows phone. The Windows phone was dope, and
It
they
broke
gave up
after,
on
like,
that.
But it was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was honestly, I thought it was better than Android. I at that time, I thought Apple had honestly some of the better interface. Then it was Windows. Then it was Android.
Oh yeah.
You know, but Android has improved so much over time since that time. So,
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Um,
totally fine.
but
Because being developed in Asia.
yeah, but like I said, like
We can't compete.
so like Microsoft, when they don't see the profits that they want, they give up on it, and they've always been that way. The reason why they haven't gotten rid of the Xbox yet is because they still see major profits in the Xbox.
Mhm.
So if Xbox loses this generation, like last generation, you're probably not gonna see another Xbox.
Yep,
I'm just
Right.
gonna be honest
that's
with that.
facts.
Seg,
That's facts.
Seg, as somebody who has streamed primarily on Twitch for the last 7 years as a content creator, tell me about Mixer. I want to know more about it
Yep.
and what your experience was on the platform. I really do, genuinely.
So, for context, I actually was only streaming on Mixer for 15 days.
As a
However,
partner?
no, God, I wish.
Oh.
So I left.
I could have gone and been a partner in 15 days.
I know.
I was
so
close
for
to being a
context,
partner.
I yeah, Yosh, we know. And then you came back with your tail between your legs.
Whoa!
I'm just kidding. You
dude!
know I love you. You know I love you.
Fucking Cody!
Wow. All right, Seg's kicked off
I-
this call.
Alright,
No, I'm just
sick.
kidding.
No, so I left Twitch because I was at the time, and still am actually, I was getting massively view botted and hate rated on stream.
Oh man.
I normally average anywhere between 15 to 25 normally when viewers, and I was averaging anywhere between 200 and 1800 viewers.
Yeah.
So like completely out of the
I've been just to let you know, I've also been hate rated and view botted
currently
before.
I actually meet all my requirements for partner.
Yeah, but you're
well,
not gonna get it because they know
yeah,
you're
I
getting
won't-
view botted.
Yeah. So I, did what everything else did. I didn't say anything on Twitter because there was no reasoning to, and I know that doesn't work. So every single day, before stream and after stream, I would put a ticket in. So I would put basically a ticket a day in, and I never got a response from Twitch ever.
I'll let you know because people have gotten responses from Twitch about view botting. You're honestly just gonna have to wait it out because
Yep.
there's nothing they can do on their end to stop these views from
can't.
coming in.
No.
Whoever's paying for the view bots, if they want to keep sinking money into it, just fucking let them.
You know,
But
Elevated
there's nothing
Plays,
you can
by the
do.
way?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Josh, you remember Elevated Plays?
Yeah.
My best friend, my IRL best friend, he streams on Twitch. He had somebody who was in his chat view bot him and follow bot him, and he got like 19,000 followers in like 2 days. and he
Mhm.
put a ticket into Twitch, and Twitch was like, "Well, we don't see anything unusual."
Yep.
And he
Yeah.
was like, "I literally went from 100 followers to 20,000 followers."
Yep.
And they were like, "Well, we don't see anything unusual." The problem is that happens a lot.
Yeah.
If you see a streamer
Wow.
like Tim the Tatman,
Mm-hmm.
if he hosts somebody who has 20 viewers, they're gonna gain 20,000 followers in a stream.
Mhm.
And they were like, "Oh, by the way, here's 20,000 followers. Well, it doesn't look unusual. It looks
Mhm.
normal for Twitch.
Yeah.
That's normal
Because
for
I
Twitch.
can
Their
guarantee
stats-
you,
their stats are
I
down."
can guarantee you that most top streamers are using view bots because they already have the requirements for the partner. They already have the partnership. But if you look, I'm not to say lurkers don't exist for big streamers because they do. But how many people you think is buying views for Tim? Like they're buying views for small streamers and big streamers, like small streamers.
I was like, shit.
You know what I'm
No.
saying? Like how
I
many
mean,
how
I've
many
never bought
people?
anything for
I guess I never
anybody
thought
other
of
than
that.
Like Seg, you're a 15 to 20 average viewer stream, and you have somebody coming after you, giving you 1,800 followers, this many viewers all the time. How many people do you think is doing this to big streamers as well? Like numbers
That's the
are
problem with
inflated
the
across the
platform.
board.
That's the problem with the platform.
That was my-
the platform encourages that.
Yeah.
That's
Twitch
the way it
wasn't doing
works.
anything. But
It
what
encourages
it just felt like Twitch didn't give a shit about me, and I already back in January I met Locke for my first time, and that's when I got my first like taste of Mixer. And actually, Locke and I did a podcast live on her channel on the front page of Mixer at the time, so that was really cool to see like 300, 500 people in chat, chatting with them, getting to know them. The community was super wholesome and nice. It's just that whole idea of like letting your guard down. I didn't have to like have my guard up. I felt like I could just be whoever I wanted to be and like talk about things I wanted to talk about and just chill and hang out, and it was like the best experience.
Yeah.
Have you been to a PAX experience, by the way? Because I went to PAX South last year.
I wanted
and
to go to last year.
It was all Mixer. It was all
Yeah.
Mixer last year. And
Yep.
as a Twitch guy at PAX, nobody was rude.
No.
I have a Twitch tattoo on my arm.
Yeah.
And people were just like, "What's up, man? How you doing? Hey, dude,
Yeah.
nice to meet you, dude. You from Twitch?" It's like, I don't represent Twitch. I just have a tattoo.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
they were
like,
all super cool about it.
yeah, and it was really cool just to be able to like talk and hang out and just be able to like super open to the idea. And actually, Locke and I sat down one day and I was explaining the whole situation to her, and she's like, I think you should move to Mixer. And I said, okay, like let's do it. And like a lot of people were like, when this happened, they're like, oh, the writing goes on the wall, or like it's a dead platform. It's like, no. It's like I moved to Mixer literally because I did believe in the platform. Like
Yeah.
I really truly thought Mixer was going to take on Twitch. Yeah, they had some lackluster features. Yeah, they had some cool things like FTL, the high bit rate, the low latency.
I like their
wholesome
sticker
community.
system too. The stickers and all that.
I liked the sticker. I liked the idea of Sparks. They had things I
Sparks
didn't
was
like.
the channel points before channel points existed.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
yep.
Yeah,
And that's what
pretty much.
Twitch stole that idea from Mixer.
Yeah, and like
Channel points.
it was a good idea to steal. I think, to be fair, I think both implemented it well. They just implement it in very different avenues because like
Yeah.
channel points are only earned per streamer, where like I can watch like Yoshi's stream and then spend them in like someone else's stream,
Yeah.
which was really cool. Also the fact that like partners earns money if they met their 35 million spark requirement. So if they reach 35 million, they earn an additional 10% on all their embers that they make, which is
Oh,
like their
shit.
bits. So like, which is really cool.
Wait,
And-
what with Embers? I'm sorry, I missed that.
So like if Locke is a partner streamer, or partner on Mixer is whatever. If she earned 35 million sparks in a given 7-day period, she will earn 10% more of her on those embers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Made.
sick.
Wow.
That's pretty
Sick.
cool.
Pretty cool, bro.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah. And like it's called a red rocket, I believe is what they call it. I was still very
Okay.
That's funny.
well, like the rocket's red, so like I don't know. I don't know if that's actually
That's
what's
not
called.
okay. Well,
I don't know what you're
about
trying to
that.
reference. I don't want to know, to be honest. But
You don't know what a red rocket? Okay, never mind.
No, I don't know. what
We're
it
gonna
is.
keep
It's
it-
not lit-
Hey,
Moving
it's
on.
2020.
Worms.
It's 2020. Google it.
I
Worms.
so like that I liked, and like when I left, like honestly, I also, when I'm streaming on Twitch, I felt very like my anxiety and my depression was at an all-time high. I didn't feel welcomed on the platform, and I wanted to feel welcome, and Mixer provided that for me.
Yeah.
So I was super excited to be streaming again. I went back to doing 3 streams a week instead of 1 to 2 streams sporadically a week.
Mhm.
And you know, June 22nd rolled around, boys, and literally I was at work, and this was at the time at the height on over the weekend. A Mixer staff or Microsoft staff was actually having allegations against them for sex and race assault or harassment.
It was the racial
It's-
harassment. The
It was a racial
Yeah.
harassment.
Yeah, I
It was
remember
Mikey,
reading
I
that.
believe the streamer was.
Yeah.
And
It was
everyone,
it was a guy who used to work for Mixer
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
came out with
I
the
think the dude's name
allegations.
was
Employee, I
Mikey.
believe.
I think his name was Mikey, and the
Mhm.
girl was Natalie Diego, I believe her name was.
Yeah, and she still works.
And-
She was still worked for Mixer at the time.
She still does.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she doesn't
Well,
anymore,
Mixer
but-
doesn't exist anymore. So
Exactly. So like everyone assumed like, okay, this happened over the weekend. Mixer will make a statement Monday. We're expecting Mixer to like really take this seriously, like be the platform I want you to be. This is gonna be awesome. So like I had Twitter notifications on, like, you know, everyone else does. I even have it on for Twitch. So I got the notification. I was like, oh, cool. They tweeted. All right, sick. This is probably over this situation. You know, awesome. And I get looking through it and I see it's a thread. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I see the Facebook logo. And that's what I knew. I'm like, oh shit. This is not what we thought it was.
Yeah.
And then so I was like, okay, whatever. You know, fine. And then it didn't really hit me until I got home from work. And then once I found out throughout the rest of the day that like staff members were not told, partners were not told, literally when you found out, the rest of everyone else did.
yeah,
Even
And-
Ninja and Shroud, I heard they
Nin-
knew beforehand.
They knew I think they knew before, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
the thing
Yeah.
is how can they know beforehand when staff didn't even know about it?
Yeah, that's true.
I
That's very
don't I
true.
don't remember. I don't
True.
think they even were known.
Have
No,
people I mean,
that's
a
correct.
That's a $30 million contract.
Nope, they didn't know. But they were talked to after the announcement was made. So after the public announcement was made, then they were told. They found literally after.
I wonder where they're gonna go because they still haven't announced where they were going yet.
I think Ninja and Shroud are both going to go to YouTube.
I think Shroud will go.
I think
to-
Shroud will go back to Twitch.
I think,
Shroud will
yeah.
go back to Twitch.
Yeah, I think Shroud will come
Ninja
back.
Ninja burned his bridges with Twitch.
He
I
did?
think that
Yeah.
he burned his bridges, but I think I don't know. I think Shroud looks at Twitch and goes, ugh.
No,
They
well,
they
no.
updated their bios
don't
though.
know,
If you
dude.
look at their bios, it says that they are current, like in Twitch. Somebody was uploading saying that they updated their info saying that they were going back to Twitch on their Twitch channels. But I don't know if that's for sure though.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know.
not. It's like hearsay, you know.
I think we'll find out Monday. I think they want the full week to.
Like-
I think we'll find out.
I think like Shroud will come back to
It doesn't
Twitch.
matter for either
Yeah.
of them because they made
Yeah.
$30 and $10 million respectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that
And,
whatever
like-
they decide to do, it's gonna be it's not gonna be significant because they can't. All right, so if Ninja signs a deal, if he signs a
Mhm.
deal, I don't think it'll be with Twitch because
No, I don't
Twitch
think so either.
Twitch is mad at him because he kept his decision from them for a long time. He went to Mixer. Mixer died, and now he's gonna be like, let me
But
back.
in
I
a
love you," and then
sense,
he's gonna be
so
like, give me another $10 million and I'll come back to you. And
so
they'll be like, fuck you.
so look
because you
at
went to Mixer.
before Ninja went to Mixer, streamers didn't have contracts with platforms.
Oh no, yeah, no, that was
So
that didn't exist
Ninja,
before
to me, Ninja leaving Twitch to sign a contract for another platform was a smart business decision. And the way Twitch reacted to it was very immature at the time.
Agreed.
I completely believe that
True.
without a doubt.
And they also have to fill a huge void in their contracts now.
Yeah,
because
and that's what I'm saying. So
Doc is
when
gone.
when
Oh, Jesus.
Ninja made this move, it changed the whole streaming atmosphere with contracts.
Changed.
And
Forever.
that's how you know how big Ninja is.
Mhm.
If what he does changes platforms to this degree, that's how big you know. That's how big he is.
The
And
guy's got underwear in Walmart, bro.
yeah, but so
You know what
like
I mean?
I
His
feel
own
like
coffee
I
cup.
feel
Look,
like
I
if he
used to sell his fucking face. I used to sell his face. I'm not gonna lie.
but
went to
I
Red
feel
Bull and
like
his face is on my can.
I feel like Twitch will welcome him back because he was a moneymaker for Twitch.
Oh yeah.
If they
He-
don't, they're stupid. If they don't, if they go, you know what, you fucked us over, so fuck you, Ninja.
Yeah.
If they do that, they're dumb.
They are.
They're dumb because there's so much money to be made. You know how
When-
many subs he will have the
Here's-
first day he's back on
Ooh,
Twitch?
A lot.
Here's what.
Can you
here's what-
imagine the monetary value that would bring to Twitch?
Him and Shroud.
Fucking
Here's-
Yeah, Shroud too,
believable.
bro. Both of them.
Shroud
Here's
too.
Here's where I'm at with the whole Shroud and Ninja thing. Is a lot of people are like, oh well, I don't see what the big deal is, or like, oh well, like Shroud and Ninja got out on it, and I'm like, yeah, they made out. Freaking Shroud did 8 months of work and made $10 million. Yeah, cool, great.
But the contracts are supposed to
Whatever.
last so much longer than that.
The contract was 4 years, but here's
4
the thing
years.
that frustrates me: is like
4
we're still
years?
looking,
Wow.
at partners that grew a community for 2+ years, 3+ years, 4+ years, and now they have nowhere to go.
No, but have you seen how many Mixer partners that have gone to Twitch with their stats have gotten partnered immediately?
Nope, and I
There's
understand that.
there's
A
Mixer
fuck
streamers that
ton.
instantly
I've
came
seen
to Twitch.
Hundreds of them.
And-
Hundreds of them.
And
There's-
people
there-
are mad, and people are throwing up in arms and fits, and they're like, now the Twitch
No,
community,
No.
the Twitch community has, first of all, welcomed the Mixer community in well more than I honestly thought they were
A
going
lot
to.
of people haven't,
Same.
and that's bullshit.
And that's
Yeah.
That is
bullshit.
bull-
But
we are
here's-
all a community.
Yeah.
All online.
And-
Streaming
And
on the
here's
internet.
here's what I want to say. Like Mixer partners came over to Twitch, and I see a lot of my old friends from Mixer averaging 150 to 200 viewers because all of their Mixer community, of course, had no choice but to come and
People
watch
that
them
I
on
knew
Twitch.
When I
But
started 7 years ago, who went to Mixer after a couple of years on Twitch, are coming back and getting partner and beating my numbers.
Yeah.
By 200%.
but the thing is too is like Twitch is looking at their stats from what they had on Mixer, and they're like, okay, you qualify for being partner. That's in the Twitch partner contract. If you're coming
what,
from
though?
YouTube, if you're coming from a different platform and you're averaging well above partnership like quota, you're getting
I
partnership
heard-
status.
I heard that Microsoft has locked their API, so they're not allowing any
Yep.
like open statistics of what
Here's
their numbers
the
were
other
on
thing.
Oh,
Twitch
wow.
or on Mixer because they
shitty.
don't want. I don't know why, but they've locked it.
Because they
Wow.
want
They
because they
don't-
have a
Microsoft
contract.
API.
They have
They
a
have
contract
contracts.
with Facebook for people to
got
go
it.
over to
Because they
Facebook.
want Facebook to get those numbers and not Twitch.
Yeah.
So they've
Correct.
locked their API, but there's websites out there from when
That
the
have
API was
analytics.
open that have analytics that
Yeah.
show
Yep.
that. And these
Mm.
these Mixer partners are posting these analytics and going, look, I'm coming from Mixer. I have this viewer count. I have this community. I think I deserve this partnership. And these people are applying for partnership and getting it immediately. And
Yeah.
I'm not mad about that. And I've
I'm
been
not.
a streamer for 7 years. I've been an
These
affiliate
these
for
people
4.
these people
I got affiliate 1 month after affiliate was a thing.
Yeah,
1 month.
these people spent their times cultivating their community over the past few years. They deserve it, bar none. Like
100%.
I feel like
100%.
and like I see way more positivity than I do negativity. The people that you're gonna see complaining are like one
Our
viewer,
dog shit,
one viewer
viewer
streamers, like and people who have like 25 followers on their Twitter.
Here's
You know, like they don't
People who
matter.
are
Fall for
butthurt.
Here's
following.
why-
Fucking butthurt. Little pussy ass bitches who don't want competition.
okay.
No, I'll say it. Little pussy ass bitches who don't want competition on the platform because their
Here's-
content is so dog shit that they can't come out and be like, oh my god, I got 1 viewer and you're stealing my platform, Mixer streamer. You know what?
Hey, what's up? And they're just still playing. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? Yeah. Hey, welcome. Hey, how's it going? No, those are the people who don't deserve partnership.
Okay,
Ignore those people. They're bottom dwellers.
Salt, dude, is being thrown on.
Yeah.
Here's where
Yeah.
here's why the Mixer community was terrified at the moment. Not
Mhm.
only was their home ripped apart from them, and they trusted Microsoft and Mixer with like a lot with
Mhm.
themselves because that guard was left down, but also on top
Trusted
of it,
Microsoft.
about a year ago now from this date, we were at a point where like for fuck's sakes, the Twitch community was like, oh fuck Mixer. Mixer's a piece of shit. They're a
all
shit
of PAX,
platform.
all of PAX South was Mixer.
I know, but TwitchCon
That was a
literally
year ago.
TwitchCon literally in the middle of the concert, Blink 182 is like, fuck Mixer, and the entire crowd just went in uproar over it. We're like, yeah, fuck Mixer, and
Kinda weird.
Yeah.
It was.
Weird
I
champ.
firmly
I
believe
knew
that Blink
it.
182 knew that the whole thing was gonna go
Okay,
down.
all right. You're
Cause-
start. Look, you're throwing it out. Listen, as a musician, they're as dumb as me. Okay, they didn't know.
Dude, they knew. Blink 182 knew.
They didn't know.
They had to
Why
know,
else,
though.
dude?
Why would they say
How would
it,
they
man?
know a year ago when Mixer was like, you know what, guys?
No,
just
'cause
so you know,
TwitchCon-
in 1 year we're gonna cancel everybody. It's gonna be broken. Mixer's gonna disappear. Make sure on your next concert, fuck Mixer. That's what you gotta say. Just say fuck Mixer.
What does it
Because
say?
they knew
But,
that
like-
when they signed those contracts to Shroud and Ninja that they were bankrupt then and there. That's where all the money went.
No,
Like,
no, that's not. There's no
I agree.
bankruptcy. They have
No,
the
there's no
money to sign
bankruptcy.
them.
No,
The
Mixer did.
platform failed. The money that they had into the platform didn't fail. The platform itself failed.
yeah, yeah.
And not to mention,
Mm.
Facebook bought them out for $40 million.
Whoa,
Think about
wait,
that. That's
wait,
two
wait.
contracts.
wait,
Yeah,
wait.
Two contracts.
Mixer bought, or
No,
Facebook bought Mixer.
bought out Mixer. Yes,
Yeah.
they bought out Mixer.
That's why they're transferring.
That's
over.
why
And-
they're transferring.
And also,
because
Facebook
they
is.
did not see a net profit, so they were
Do you
like,
have Do you have a link for that? Do you have a link
Yeah.
for it?
Let me find it. I saw it
Just-
on.
I didn't. I never saw that. That's
Okay, it's a
interesting.
Dextero article. I'm pretty sure.
Oh Jesus!
Oh shit.
At least it's not
God.
Kotaku though.
But the thing is that like Mixer was a subsidiary of Microsoft, just like Twitch is a subsidiary of Amazon. So like if Twitch ever gets to the point of not making the
no,
money,
it was a Verge article. I'm pretty sure.
That's good.
Oh,
That's worth it.
That's better. I
Here's
guess.
here's where we're at though. Is that this could have gone down so many different ways. This
Yeah.
is probably the worst way it could have gone down. Because,
Okay,
like,
okay, all right. Mixer did not buy it out. Okay, Facebook didn't buy out Mixer. They bought out major contracts.
oh,
From what I'm
whatever.
reading, like.
so
like,
wait, you're saying they spent $40 million?
40 million. They spent $40 million to buy out.
How much money
major
did they spend
contracts.
on Ninja?
It
30.
probably
They spent 30 on Ninja and 10
10
on
on
Shroud.
They're going to Facebook. They're going to Facebook.
No, they're not going to. No, they denied.
No,
They
not.
denied.
Oh, they
the-
denied it.
Yeah,
They
Okay.
yeah.
offered
off-
them twice that amount of money.
And
They
They
said
offered
nine.
Ninja like $70 million to go to Facebook and
Oh
Shroud
my
like 30
God.
million
I'm sorry.
to
I
go
would have took it. I'm sorry. I
fucking
would have
suck
took
my
it.
dick. I'd have been like, yeah, Facebook.
Yeah,
Could
but
I
we
would've
have
took it.
done
there.
I mean,
yeah.
he's done it with Mixer. He can do it again. Like he
There's a
can bring
difference
his
be- no,
community
here's-
over.
Yeah,
You
but there's a
heard- you heard-
difference from Mixer to Facebook. There's a
Oof.
huge difference. Think about it.
No, there's
Think
not.
about it. Are you gonna watch your favorite streamer on Facebook?
There's a lot of
Ask-
people that I know that
ask-
actually watch
ask
streamers on
Gathalion.
Facebook.
Gathalion. King
Right.
Gathalion is a great example. Okay, if you guys know who King Gathalion is, he was a pretty
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
streamer on Twitch. Like, really entertaining guy, awesome dude. Met him a couple times at different cons, 15 and 16 TwitchCon.
Great
went-
shirts.
Yes. I went and I saw his stream on Facebook. His Facebook stream averages almost twice as much as he was averaging on Twitch.
There's also
And
a thing with the
because
viewers.
it's because their embed system. The way their system works is if you scroll past that stream at any point, it counts as a viewer. What viewer? So if somebody links it and you scroll past it, it gives you like a certain amount of time where that scroll past counts as one viewer. So he's getting like 35, 40,000 viewer averages.
What's up, Sam?
Whoa, Sam's
Sorry.
here? Wow.
Who's Sam? Hi, Sam.
Sam Woodhall?
I'm drunk.
That's a
Gathalion
cool
followed me on
guy.
Twitch.
That's a fantastic human being right there.
Gathalion stream on Facebook, and he re-signed with Facebook. I don't know if
Yeah.
you saw his tweet. Yeah, he re-signed. He took the contract with Facebook. So their numbers are
crazy.
inflated. Their numbers are always going to be inflated on Facebook because
Yeah.
everything they have is embedded. It's all embedded. Everything.
That's why like all these videos you see have like millions of fucking views is because the way their whole system works.
Is if you even see like a millisecond of the video, it still counts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not
Yep,
like
it
it's
still
not
counts
like
as- like I said,
um
Counts as one viewer.
yeah, it's not like if you watch like YouTube where like seconds matter if you're like a partner or if you're people who watch your videos because seconds that the amount of minutes that people watch your videos really matter on YouTube. But like Facebook, they pay you for however many viewers you get. You just gotta hit so
Right.
many viewers and you get
And they
a
have
payment.
they have a buffer system. So it's like if you have somebody that scrolls past your stream, it counts as a viewer, but it stays as a viewer for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Twitch is the opposite. it's negative that. It's like if you have 14 viewers, a lot of times
You're gonna have
seeing
like 6.
10,
Yeah.
6, 5 viewers because those people aren't actively engaging with your video.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you have to have the
It's
sound
opposite for
on.
Facebook.
You have to have the sound on.
It's
And
gotta
all
be
the...
full screen, not theater mode, and there's gotta be 7 other people standing behind you watching the stream. Otherwise, it doesn't count as one viewer.
Here's what I want to
have
know.
to be
Here's what I
chatting.
want to know. What
Yeah.
if, hypothetically, instead of Facebook, I have a moth in my room right now.
Yeah,
Kill
you've
it.
been trying to kill that moth for the past like 10
I've been
minutes.
watching you with this fucking
Fly swatter.
get this.
There's a
fly
clip
swatter
of
outta
me.
here.
There's a clip of me. Literally, it attacked me while I was live on stream tonight, and it's literally just been a piece of shit this entire time. So that's why I have it. Anyway,
Are you gonna cry?
me?
No,
Oh, I'm probably gonna cry, honestly.
I'm kidding. It was a joke.
I'm not.
He's talking about Mixer. He's probably gonna cry.
I'm just
Yeah,
giving you
probably.
Mixer shit. You know, I got.
No, I
to.
know,
It's,
I know.
I have a Twitch tat. You know. It's like,
I mean,
You said that like 50
Mixer,
times
listen,
already. I got a Twitch
Mixer.
chat. I got a Twitch chat.
Here's the thing. What if, hypothetically, I think what Facebook should have done is Facebook could have bought Mixer. I don't give a shit, okay? But instead of making all the Mixer streamers move to Facebook Gaming, when the entire community knows for a fact that Facebook Gaming is an absolute joke of a platform,
100%.
is to just have
I
Facebook
mean-
on Mixer and Mixer be the platform.
Yeah, it's probably from their inflated numbers, but Facebook Gaming has grew a lot the past year.
I
It's
just
inflated
don't
numbers,
I just don't believe those numbers.
It's
to be honest.
grown though.
No, you
I-
shouldn't. It's fake. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I said,
honestly
it's-
though,
they scroll
I-
through. You see one scream, and you scroll through it on your feed. If you're like, oh, this is a post about Black Lives Matter, and then a fucking Facebook gaming stream, and then another post about Black Lives Matter, you scroll through it. That's a viewer.
yeah. I also
it
think
lasts for a
too,
while.
like the viewer base that's there for Facebook Gaming isn't the same viewer base that watches Twitch. Because I've been looking at it for a couple of days now, and I've seen like the most popular streamers slash games that are there are all mobile games,
Yep.
like Clash of Clans, stuff like that. And like people that do these types of games are not going to be like people that play Escape from Tarkov,
But
all
it's
these other
smart.
games, just chatting. Like they're not
Valorant.
going to.
But it's
Yeah.
smart. Think of how many people on Facebook play the shit out of mobile games.
Yeah.
Like it's
very
smart.
smart, and
It's smart.
and that's where most of your player base. I think that's where most of your viewer base is, because most of the people that get on Facebook are people that don't game like Twitch streamers do. They
Yeah.
game like mobile gamers, and so if you're trying to do mobile stuff or maybe even just chatting stuff like that, then I could see that. But
Mhm.
you know, like Ninja completely right in his assumption in not going over to Facebook. I completely agree with that, because like he's
yeah.
not going to do well. He's not going
No.
to do well there.
Look, no,
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. I think that Ninja will do well no matter
Wherever
where
he goes. Yep.
I think
I
the point
feel like
is,
that.
Yeah,
he knows
yeah.
his
Hi, Sam.
worth. He knows
It's just-
his worth to a point where he can go, "Oh, I'm a free agent."
Come get me.
Yeah. I mean, he can use he
Yeah,
can use the
yeah.
offer.
Him $200 million to stream on a live platform. That's
Yeah.
the point. That's why he did Shroud the same way. You know, if you're Shroud, you don't go, "Oh yeah, Facebook, come here." You go, "What's your offer?" And then
here's what-
Facebook goes, $5 million, and then he goes, "All right,
Alright.
I'll take 25 million from Twitch."
Yeah.
Here's where I'm at with the whole thing. Microsoft did the entire community real dirty.
Yeah.
bad.
Real
Yeah.
dirty.
Dude.
Dirty.
And
100% dirty.
I have
Fuck
talked to a
fuck
ton of Mixer
Microsoft,
streamers.
dude.
Fuck Microsoft.
Even
I
though I'm
love
using
Microsoft.
Windows 10 on my
As I
computer.
use Windows.
I'm moving my whole thing to Linux now. All right?
Oh god, don't
Exactly.
do that, dude. You have such an
No, you're
unstable
setting
OS.
yourself up for failure. There is no OBS there's no OBS for Linux. I don't think.
Here's the thing. Here's where I'm at with the whole thing. Is Microsoft did us way dirty. And I'm going to say it, and I really wish it wasn't true, but I'm going to say it is. Because Microsoft did us so dirty, I truly do think that that is the reasoning that the Twitch community has been so open. Because if Microsoft told everybody and said, hey, in a year we're canceling the platform, and if partners knew already in advance and staff members knew in advance, and the only one that didn't know were non-streamers and the rest of the world, I don't know if Twitch would have been as open. I don't
what?
know.
I agree. It's more of a if people had known ahead of time that Mixer was closing, I don't think Twitch would have been as sympathetic. I think that the fact that Mixer announced it out of nowhere,
Yep.
it kind of helped a lot of these Mixer partners. that
Yeah.
were, like big number of Mixer
100%.
partners. They're like, oh, well, we're just gonna not announce it and give you the sympathy, and then a
But-
lot of the community coming from Twitch is gonna go, that's amazing.
So, dude,
Come
I'm
on,
sorry. This
I need
moth
you.
has been fighting me for the
It's
last
your
3
nemesis,
hours, and
dude.
I'm gonna kill it.
Oh, I believe it.
But
Dude, you just
I don't believe that. Okay, so Twitch has a lot of shitty people. Like, of course, we all know this. I don't
yeah.
feel like
Fuckload.
100% people would have showed no sympathy towards Mixer streamers about their platform shutting down.
They wouldn't have, because it's been a general consensus.
Yeah.
Like, for the longest time, everybody who is Twitch diehard has said, "Fuck Mixer." If you leave
Yeah.
Twitch and go to Mixer, look at what happened with what's her name? Fuck, I can't remember her name. She was like one of the first like decent sized Twitch streamers to go from Twitch to Mixer, like directly. I follow her
was
on
it?
Twitter. What's her name?
Who was it?
Wait,
I
what?
don't know. And you know who I'm talking about, right?
Wait,
She was
what?
one
I
of
have
the
no
first
idea.
ones. One of the first ones. She was a female streamer who went from Twitch to Mixer. People fucking buried her. They were like, "You're a piece of shit. Twitch built your career. How dare you go over
I don't
there?
remember who did that.
You're a dog shit
I don't
human,
either.
blah blah blah."
Can't remember her
Uh,
name.
Can't
Oh
remember.
god, I follow her on Twitter. I'm gonna Google it.
But there's people who went
But,
to
like, that's what
Mixer.
would happen otherwise, like in the opposite direction.
There's
You know
people
what I
that
mean?
went to Mixer though and formed amazing
Oh,
fucking
Law Renee.
communities. Renee, I don't remember her.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Law
Really?
Renee.
Law
She was one of
Renee?
the Law
Oh,
Renee.
no.
Renee. She was one of the first huge streamers. Like, she was like a 2,500, 3,000 average streamer who went to
Oh.
Mixer on a contract, got paid, and people buried her for it. They were like, "You're a piece of shit. How dare you? Twitch built your career. Why would you leave them?" And she's like, "They gave me fucking like a $1.5 to go to their platform. Why would you?" I'm sorry,
What the
what?
hell are you guys talking about?
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
wrong with you, you stupid sons of bitches? I
Yeah.
think it's the opposite.
All
coming
in
back.
all-
I think a lot of
all
people
in-
are going to give people shit for coming
Yeah,
back to the
and
platform.
all in all, like, people are gonna make moves for their career, especially if they're as big as some of these streamers that did it. You know, and I don't fault anybody for moving platforms. I'm not somebody who's like, oh, only be on Twitch and I'm only gonna watch you on Twitch. No, fuck that. You know, like I'm gonna support people wherever they go or wherever they feel like home. Like I said, I had a few friends that moved over to Mixer and did fucking amazing. 3 times better than they probably could have ever done on Twitch. You know, there was Video Game Diva, who was a close friend of mine who went to Mixer, and she got partnered on Mixer. She came back. Now she's averaging 200, 300 people per stream coming back to Twitch. There's Anxiety that went over there and fucking blew up. And then she came back. Now she's a partner on Twitch. There's people that actually cultivated something on Mixer that came back to Twitch that's bringing that to Twitch.
I've had viewers in my chat who have been people that I knew from when I first started streaming, who were just viewers of mine, who went to Mixer, got Mixer partner, and were averaging 5 times my numbers.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a huge deal to me, and which is
Yeah.
why I don't understand why people who are making a big deal about it are little pussy ass bitches.
I'll tell you what
Fair.
though.
Like,
tell you
if
what,
you're
though,
making a
it
big
was-
deal about it, you're a bunch of little pussy ass bitches. Who cares?
I'll tell you
It's
what
not
though.
your
When
competition.
when I found out that when Mixer was going down, I was like, okay, we're going back, because like I can't stream on Facebook and like I'm not going to YouTube. That's not an option. Like I gotta
Yeah.
go where the community's at, and like
Right.
85% of the community went to Twitch. So it's like, as long as I follow with the community back and I sit in the caravan all the way back to Twitch, everything will be fine. And I know everything will be fine. Like everyone that I know is landing on their feet. They're doing fine.
Yeah.
Good things are happening.
And the Mixer community is so great. Like, they're so
It
selfless.
really is.
You know
And
what
I
though?
really-
You know what though? We got to give credit to the Twitch community, because the Twitch community has helped a lot.
The Twitch
of
community
these
came out in
mixer
fall.
streamers.
Sam Woodhall is a
It's
huge
crazy.
help for
Yeah,
that.
he's a
I
great
have
person,
seen
man.
so many
Very
big,
great person.
big Twitch streamers who have said, if you're a mixer streamer and you were a partner, or like, if you need help, let me know and I'll host you. Like,
Yeah.
so many huge fucking Twitch streamers who have been like, look, if you were struggling and, you know, we understand this is your livelihood, this is how you made your money, let me know and I'll help you out as much as I can. And those people are partner people. We need to give credit to the fucking Twitch community because they have come out and said this is not about Mixer versus Twitch or Twitch versus Mixer. It's about content creation.
Yeah.
It's about
Mhm.
being a platform that's better.
Yeah. And
As
that's
a
that's
whole.
what I feel like people started moving away from like last
Oh,
year.
yeah.
Like I don't think people realize how monumental the move with Ninja moving to Mixer was.
I was one of those people. I said, fuck Mixer.
Yeah.
Fuck Ninja. I was like, you're a piece of shit. How dare
Yeah.
you take advantage of the platform that created your entire career?
Yeah.
I was one of those people. I was like, fuck Mixer. I would never go over there. I'd never watch a stream on Mixer. I don't care. That's how I am. I'm a Twitch guy. Blah, 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 I have a tattoo. You know, like that's what I was. You know, and
Yeah.
looking at it now, it's immature.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who have been like, you know what, that was immature too.
It's just
People
like
need that.
console wars, you know, and it's just
Xbox
like
versus PS4 versus PC.
Yeah,
Nah,
like-
dude,
like-
nah, dude. After this whole thing, dude, fuck the Xbox. I'm only buying PlayStation shit now.
PS5, baby.
no, but no, I'm
And
saying
like-
I'm
and like Mixer streamers have talked about it. They're like, I don't feel like I need to buy a new PlayStation. Like, I think I'm just gonna go or a new Xbox. I think I'm just gonna go buy the PlayStation now.
no, like
'Cause,
I'm
like,
saying
they're
that
pissed.
like people are always like, oh, all gamers, like everybody games, like doesn't matter what platform you're on. It's the same thing with content creation. We all create content no matter what platform we're on. If I'm
That's a
tweeting
little
on
different. I don't know. I'm sorry. I think that's a difference between PC and, you know, mouse and keyboard versus controller. Controller can go fuck.
Oh my god, here
Oh,
we go
Jesus,
again.
Don't start with this.
God, I don't have enough alcohol to drink.
Heimer's banned. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Fuck
no,
controller, dude.
no. I'm saying that like everybody creates content too, whether you're on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you know,
TikTok's lit.
Twitch, Mixer, well, RIP,
Big RIP.
YouTube, all this stuff. You're creating content for people to consume. And it doesn't matter what platform you're on. It just matters who you're impacting.
Right. And what your message is.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't
of course
anymore
it
now
matters what your
because-
message is.
And
Like,
your
it,
message.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, can I say real quick? Can we
What's
do
up?
this every week?
I want to be a part of this podcast
I
and
would
talk with you
Can we
guys.
do a podcast every week?
Whoa,
The
I
four of
already
us.
do one
So-
podcast. I barely can do.
So-
Can we do
I
a
don't wanna
Five of
be a
Us
part of it.
podcast every week? I
So-
would love.
So
every
next
Friday
week,
night, I would do
yeah,
it.
I would love to do it every week, but next week I got plans of talking with a lot of female streamers, and we're gonna do the Me Too podcast. And then the week after that, I got planned. I'm going to be talking with a lot of Black creators about Black Lives Matter and how it impacted their streams and how they feel about it. Because I talk.
Used me because I was on Mixer. Is that what you're trying to tell me now?
Yeah, you're a Mixer streamer. I got you in here.
Glad
This
to be a
is
part of
this
that
is
group.
this is 4 Twitch streamers and the one guy that got booted. Like
No,
that's
I
what
was
the-
on.
that's
No,
what the
I was on
podcast is.
Mixer. I was on Mixer longer than Seg. I was on Mixer for 2 months.
15
And
days, dude.
actually, I was on Mixer for a whole month, and then I had to
Crazy.
pause because I had some personal stuff go on. But out of that,
Feels bad.
out of that 1 month of me streaming on Mixer, dude, I grew up to like almost 1,000 followers, and I was averaging like 80 people per stream.
That was
like,
my first taste of the Mixer
But the thing
community.
is, I was getting so burnt out playing Rainbow Six every night. And I was like, I don't want to play Apex. I don't want to play Fortnite. I don't want to play PUBG. And I don't want to play Dead by Daylight. And those were the only games, honestly, you could play on Mixer to get new people in your stream.
It's true because I only did web show, which is like their version of just chatting, and like I would get people to come in and they're like, "Huh, I've never seen like a person streaming doing just chatting. This is kind of cool." And like my whole idea was to build a community around like the web show because like the web show community was not a real thing. It's not as big as it was on
Yeah.
Twitch. And so to be able to build that up and like talking to Locke and talking to a lot of partner streamers about the idea of like
Yeah.
I want to build the just chatting
But-
community up.
But that's the
They're
thing.
like, that's awesome.
That's the thing, though. Like, people were trying to form it, but Microsoft was not supporting it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
platform needs
The
to support your
platform needs to
innovation.
support the
Like,
innovation. They can't
yeah.
just depend on the people to innovate. They have
Yeah.
to push for innovation too. Because if they
The
don't
way
do that,
Twitch was when they first started the platform. Because I remember back when Justin TV, I was there. Literally, I was there. I'm old. Okay, guys, calm down. I was old. When Justin TV transferred into Twitch TV, there was a fucking free for all. It was all no holds barred. Everybody do whatever the fuck you wanted to do, play whatever you wanted to do it. They didn't care. And then
Yeah.
after a couple of months, it was okay. We have to put some shit in place. We got to figure this out because people are doing shit they shouldn't be doing. There was a lot of porn on Twitch when Justin TV transferred to Twitch.
Oh,
There was a lot
no.
of fucking
There's-
porn
there
on
was
Twitch.
there was
Oh,
porn.
porn
There
on
was
Twitch.
There was
there
a
was
lot of
porn.
porn on Twitch when Twitch
There-
transferred from Justin TV to Twitch.
Yeah,
TV.
there was a lot of
Oh,
porn
no.
on
There was
YouTube
so
at that
much
time.
porn.
There was a lot of
Oh,
porn on
good.
YouTube
Oh,
at that
that-
time
that
too.
There
was
was
rough.
more porn on Twitch than YouTube. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
I remember
Because it
though.
was all live, right? And they were like, we have to put something in place. We have to go, all right, this is how people are innovating. We have to figure out what we're doing.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between what happened with Twitch and what happened with Mixer. Mixer had a platform already. They thought this is what we're going to do based on what
Yeah,
Twitch
because they had Beam at the time.
They had Beam.
Yeah, Beam.
Twitch went, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're just going to fucking give you guys this general set outline, and there it is.
Yeah.
And Mixer was like, we're gonna do the same thing.
And like people can be like the writing was on the wall the whole time, and it's like, to be fair, when I first moved over that weekend, like probably like 15 streamers moved from Mixer to Twitch. Calico I know was one, and a
But they
handful of
didn't
others.
innovate. It's about innovation.
And
You
like
need to
when
do something different. Twitch
and like when
was the standard.
when we found out, like when people were moving over, a lot of people were like, was this a bad decision to move over? And I'm like, nope, it's probably just like, it's whatever, it's not a big deal. They're like, Mixer just dropped clips. Literally, they're still partnering people. Like, if they were shutting down the platform, they wouldn't be doing this. And it's not Mixer's fault that Mixer shut down. It is Microsoft's fault. It is head of Microsoft. It's people that ran Microsoft that worked with the Mixer team that were like,
It's
'cause,
big
like-
business. Fuck
Yep.
big business.
Could you honestly say too that it's basically like a lot of things nowadays have been contributed to the coronavirus too? You know, you said that Microsoft is
No.
closing down their stores.
Microsoft
mean,
is a
like-
software developer. That is not something that should ever be affected.
Yes, but do you think that they want to cut costs in certain aspects
think so.
to cover for something
anything,
else?
Okay, you know what? That
Mhm.
makes sense though. If they're covering their ass and saying, "Oh, we might lose money," they could say, "All right, well, we're going to cut all of our physical stores.
no,
Microsoft
because
get rid of them, and then we're going to cut Mixer because we might lose money here. It might not be
No.
profitable yet. Even if it could be, we might lose money." And we've the way the coronavirus has gone. Look, I work for a company that was insanely profitable before coronavirus, insanely profitable, and 2 months after coronavirus, it's almost dead. Almost
Yeah,
dead.
but like you said, it's a virtual program. It's not anything that's
They're
physical.
a
You know.
software
So,
Yeah.
developer. They shouldn't have to worry about that. You can work from home and build software.
to
Yeah.
be fair, Microsoft actually, to be fair, Mixer should have seen a growth spurt from COVID-19.
But they didn't. They should
No,
have seen a growth
they
spurt from Ninja, dude. But they
No,
didn't.
Twitch did.
They
Twitch
should've
saw a
seen-
growth spurt. The
Twitch
biggest
Twitch saw
fucking
a
growth spurt they
huge
ever
growth
saw.
spurt.
They had a
Right?
huge-
Yeah.
The
they had
biggest
like
they
a,
ever saw.
they had a 90% increase in their viewership, and between not just that, but like Mixer didn't see the growth spurt, not just from Ninja, which I do agree when Sam talks about the fact that like I don't know why they invested one person when they should have reinvested back in the platform. Valid, but
Yeah.
also the fact that
I
like
agree. That money
They
should
should
have
have.
been the
They
platform.
should have
from
invested.
March to May, we should have seen a giant growth spurt. In
They
views,
should have
and they didn't.
invested in multiple creators rather than just one big creator.
Yeah, they invested into like
Yeah.
3 creators: Ewok,
Goth, right?
Shroud, and Ninja. And
Goth.
Goliath as
A-
well.
And then Goth. Goth was huge. Goth was a big one because Goth was
Oh,
like a
that's
fucking
right.
50. Yeah, Gothalion was like a 15,000 viewer average on Twitch.
Yep.
And they were
So,
like,
like-
"Yo, come suck on my
Screaming Desert.
peen," and he
Yeah.
was like, "I will suck your peen."
And I assumed, I'm like,
he was
okay,
there.
they're gonna probably purchase a bunch of like, they're probably gonna purchase like another 20 like medium to large size streamers. You know, nothing like.
But
Yeah.
they didn't. They did
But
not
they
invest
didn't,
in any.
and it was
medium
so weird.
streamers.
And I was like, why are you not?
All of
purchas-
the numbers you saw on Mixer were
Because-
here or here
because
it was
here's.
here or here.
But
and
here's
that's
the
the problem with
thing.
Twitch.
Here's the
They
thing
followed,
too.
No, they followed the Twitch. They followed the Twitch business plan. It was either big streamer or baby streamer. Big
Ooh.
streamer, baby streamer. That they did not follow any of them. You know, if we get some like medium content creators, people who bring like 500-600, whatever viewers, they did not follow that. If just like Twitch, it's if you're on Twitch, you're either up here or you're fucking down here.
But here's what I'm talking about. What they went wrong with investing. Ninja played Fortnite.
Fortnite
Mixer already has Fortnite community, Apex community, PUBG community. They should have grabbed multiple streamers that are known for different games to grow variety in the platform, because that's where Mixer has been hurting.
No, you have to take into consideration Warzone. Streamers like Courage JD went to Twitch or went to Twitter or
YouTube.
He went to YouTube.
You know, and that like when that blew up, when Warzone blew up, all of those creators. I know even Tim the Tapman said he didn't say directly. He got an offer from Mixer.
Yeah.
You know,
A lot
and
of
he
streamers
didn't
did.
he didn't accept it. You know, he was like, I wish I had. Basically, he was like, think about it. Like he was like, I basically wish I had, because he would have gotten paid to do nothing for like 4 months, and then.
Yeah, you
Come
don't
back
have
to
to
the
worry about
platform,
viewer count.
know.
You don't have to worry about sub
The
count.
problem is the transition in gaming is what killed Mixer, in my opinion.
Also,
Fortnite
did-
was massive. How big was Fortnite when
Fortnite
when
is still
Mixer-
massive, to
when
be
Mixer
honest.
first hit? How
Yeah.
huge was Fortnite? It was massive.
It was the biggest thing.
Gigantic. It's the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah.
For any reason,
Mhm.
it's not as big anymore.
No, it's not.
You
It's
can't
not.
maintain your platform on subpar gaming.
Well, that's what I was telling you. Like, they grabbed Ninja and Fortnite, but Mixer already had those communities for those games. So you're telling me if you couldn't grab a World of Warcraft streamer, a Destiny 2 streamer, which they did, Gothalion, he was maining Destiny 2 at the time.
Battalion, yeah. That's my thing, though. If they had done more of that,
Yeah.
it could have possibly succeeded.
Yeah.
Soda popping, dude. If they would have got soda popping,
Oh, there's no way. No, Soda owns a fucking.
Yeah,
esport
they got
Yeah.
Ice
behind-
they got Ice
Soda has
Poseidon.
rights to Twitch, you know that, right? Like,
they got Ice Poseidon though.
oh really?
Ooh,
Wow.
To be fair,
He
here's
was
Ice
on Mixer.
Poseidon. I've never heard of his punk ass.
Okay, to be fair, Ice literally was like, when he moved, he tried YouTube and he moved to Mixer and literally grew a platform and changed his entire demeanor and his entire personality and his entire character
Yeah.
from Mixer.
Yeah, but I mean, your pass is like, if you have a pass like him, it's gonna catch up with you, dude.
No,
It's
and I
gonna
know,
catch
and,
up
you know,
with you.
and
The guy did live boxing matches in his backyard.
true, but his community
With
is
no
a
permit.
lot wholesome now. It's a lot more whole.
With
It's-
no permit.
and it's insane what he's been able to accomplish, and he's really excited to hopefully continue streaming on Twitch if they'll release his permaban. There's no word on that yet.
That's not
if
gonna
not,
happen.
They're not gonna do it. It's not gonna
That's not
happen.
gonna happen.
well, they've been undoing a lot of permabans. Like
They
my
did
own
two.
It's not gonna
I heard
happen,
of,
dude.
I heard of two.
It's not gonna
Lindsay
happen.
Wood and then Foxtail. I
Lindsay
believe
Wood
it is.
and yeah, they did two.
Yep. And
But-
Lindsay and actually are
But
friends.
those
yeah.
those were permabans that were so fucking long ago.
2.5 years.
Yeah, but that's almost 3
Poseidon-
years ago.
Poseidon's like the same time. Poseidon's like 4 years.
That's not
Mm.
4 years. He hasn't been on
No.
fucking on Mixer for 4 years, has he? No way.
No,
He's been
no.
on
Ice,
Planet-
Ice,
No,
Ice
look.
got banned like a couple of years ago, dude.
I didn't have gray in my beard when fucking he was still doing that
Your
shit
height,
on
your
fucking...
eyesight was also 2020 at that time.
Exactly. I'm not wearing exactly. My eyesight was still 2020 when Ice Poseidon was still trolling people on Twitch. I met him at TwitchCon 2017.
I met him at TwitchCon
Okay, so at least-
2018. The dude was fucked
so
up, dude. He had like black eye, bruised face, and everything. He got into a fight.
Jesus.
Ooh.
He
Yeah,
still has a black eye, I think.
he always has a
Always
black
got
eye.
a
He does
Yeah,
a
He
black
always
eye.
wants to
Yeah, I think
punch
he
Ice
always-
Poseidon in the face.
But Ice Poseidon has changed his character a lot since being on
Hey,
Mixer.
and
Like,
that's-
I am, and
We
that's
brought that
great,
up.
and I want to,
Yeah.
and I want to see him continue doing well. I
That's
don't know
the
if Twitch
point
won.
of this
Let us ban now.
transition. I think that all the content creators that are going from Mixer to Twitch that deserve to be able to go from Mixer to Twitch are going to get it, and they
Yeah.
should. Everybody that goes from Mixer to Twitch should get it,
I
as
agree.
long as they deserve it.
I agree.
Yeah. For
You know,
sure.
as long as they're
Definitely,
not
because
pieces
they've
of
been
shit
through the-
humans. Because we've seen a lot of shit in the last couple of months where it's been like, we don't know
Yeah.
who's a piece of shit human. We
Yeah.
don't know.
We saw a lot of shit in the past week or two.
I
Honestly,
don't
like,
know who's I don't
Past
know
month,
anymore
yeah.
who's a piece of shit human.
Honestly,
I'm not positive.
If Twitch goes up in flames on Monday, honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Twitch has been in flames, dude. Twitch has been on fire.
No, Twitch
Like,
is
love-
owned by Amazon. They're never gonna go up.
no, I'm talking about like
Mixer
the
was owned
shit
by
going down.
Microsoft, and they went up in flames.
Amazon is the biggest company in the world.
And
I-
Twitch
Microsoft
and
was, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Microsoft was the biggest software developer in the world.
look,
Amazon is the
Amazon-
biggest
Honestly,
or
why
shit
couldn't they
company in
just
the
sell it to
world.
Apple? Dude, I'll live stream with Apple. I'm down, dude.
What I'm
Oh my
saying-
God, absolutely. Hey, yo, let's advocate for a platform with Apple. I would stream on that shit in a heartbeat. Let's go.
Or,
Listen,
better yet,
I'm-
why didn't Microsoft just sell the platform to Ninja and Shroud? Be like, hey, we'll cancel your contract.
No.
Take the platform.
Shroud has talked
No.
about this. He said the money that he would have to invest to be able to create a platform like that would be more than he's ever going to be worth in his
Yeah.
entire lifetime.
it's too much money to develop a platform.
He said that about making a game and about making a platform. He's like, it would be way too much money to make a game, and it would be enough more money than I'll ever be worth in my entire lifetime to create a platform. Think about that. Shroud said that, and the guy's fucking worth millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was also the new Trovo Live that just came out.
Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about that.
Isn't
the
that made
Trovo.
by? That's made by the PUBG developers, right? Trovo.
I'll go back and live stream on D Live if I really want to go to a shitty
No,
platform.
D Live is dying. Don't do it.
D Live is dead.
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie only streamed on that platform 2 times and then left, dude.
left it and then went straight to fucking YouTube. He's like, you know what? I make all my money on YouTube. I go to there.
Yep.
Really? Did you
I'll
only
just
two
I'll
live
just
streams?
live stream on
Yeah, he
Skype.
did only like 2 or 3 live streams and then he
You know
left.
what? You know who needs to make a fucking live streaming platform? Discord does.
Yes, they do, and they already have the working interwebs of it right now. I mean, you could stream your game to people in your calls. Like,
Discord.
Ah.
Discord.
I-
Discord.
imagine that, dude. That'd be such an innovation.
Honestly though, like Twitch is just going to be the monster for here on
Yeah.
out though.
Twitch is.
But they
this
do
is-
need
like-
competition, though.
They do,
really need.
Okay,
but
okay,
Mixer-
YouTube.
Mixer wasn't competition. Honestly,
No.
it never
by a long
was.
Who's gonna
shot.
be competition? There's
Nobody.
not-
YouTube's not even competition.
Discord.
The thing is like
Discord,
the thing is.
Discord. Yo,
Okay,
look,
okay,
suck
look.
Discord XX dick if he puts together.
But listen, like the YouTube doesn't even put a dent into Twitch, and YouTube is the largest media website on the internet.
No
Twitch
one
is
competes with
the
YouTube.
live stream.
Period.
Well,
Twitch
nobody
is the
competes
bit-
with YouTube. What they do, with
Right,
what
no
they
one,
do,
with online video, no one competes with YouTube.
and that's the
Now
same thing with
after Mixer-
Twitch.
And now
That's-
after Mixer, there is
Not-
no competition with Twitch.
Not live online media.
Yeah,
Live
I know.
online media.
that's what I'm saying. Live online
that's what
media,
we're saying.
nobody competes with
Not
Twitch.
live because
Yeah.
you can
Right.
watch video.
Right, video content,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
live content Twitch owns, and Twitch just won.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
they will
streaming
be-
war, the streaming wars is done.
they're gonna keep
done.
winning though.
Especially if Ninja and Shroud both come back to Twitch, it's over.
Even
It's
if Ninja goes to YouTube, which is a possibility,
I think he'll go
it-
there.
I think
I,
he
I
will
think
I
too,
don't
bro.
think he's gonna go to Twitch. I don't think he's gonna
Well,
Twitch.
I don't think he'll go Twitch. He'll go
The
YouTube.
the reason why I think that Ninja's well, in comparison to Ninja and Shroud, I always find that Ninja's like audience, I think especially after the blow up with Fortnite, it was just like a bunch of like Fortnite like viewers and whatnot, right?
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
don't know I don't know what his community was like prior to the Fortnite stuff, right? But then when I look at somebody like Shroud, people watch Shroud for Shroud. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like
No,
with
it's true,
Ninja at the
100% true.
time, I don't know if that was really the same.
He
in
was
my
a
opinion.
Halo streamer, and he was more. I mean, I watched him back when he had like 1 to 200 viewers, maybe, and he was a Halo 3 pro. And I mean, he really hasn't deviated like from who he was as a person, but it's just like the typical "I'm good at video games and I'm a cocky asshole" persona.
You know who
Like-
did the same
And you know
thing?
what? Him
No.
having the younger audience is not a bad thing for him to have. Like,
It's not.
No,
but you
no,
know who
No.
said the same thing? Who like the same generation, same like upbringing as Ninja is Nick Merckx. Nick Merckx was a Halo streamer.
Yeah,
Nick
yeah.
Merckx came from the same. Oh, I'm at the bottom. I'm gonna get there eventually. And what happened? Fortnite happened to both of them, and that elevated both of them. It's
Yeah.
not necessarily the
But I'm-
streamer; it's the game.
But I'm
Mhm.
willing to
Game
also
and the level that they play at. Like Nick Merckx is a perfect example because he was at the same spot Ninja is, and now
Right,
he's fucking killing it.
right, but I'm willing to also agree that the M fam is. I think it's a clear distinction between whatever Ninja's community is and then the M fam. Because if you've been in Nick Merckx's stream or know anybody that's a part of the M fam, bro,
12
they
years
work
old,
hard for him.
year old. It's like 12 to 20-year-old.
That's what I'm saying. Like
It's
that's
an
what I'm saying.
age
But like,
differential. It's not about
but-
like the gameplay, but what put them in that position? The game that put them
oh
in
no,
that
absolutely.
position is
It put him on the pedestal, right? But like,
Fortnite made Nick Merckx. Fortnite made Nick Merckx. Fortnite made Ninja. Fortnite made Tim the Tatman. Fortnite made fucking all
I think
Cloaksy.
Overwatch
All
made
of the big streamers. Fortnite
Overwatch
made those guys.
Yeah, I would agree that Overwatch made Tim more
No,
than
like, but
Fortnite.
it's kind of hard to say though,
Well, no,
because like
Tim was
even
okay.
before
Call of Duty
Fortnite,
made
like
Tim.
Nick was
Call of
like
Duty
killing
made
it on COD. You know what I mean? Like the
No,
whole
okay,
COD
you
community.
can't even say Overwatch made Tim. Fortnite blew
How?
Tim's stream up.
How? What do you
Overwatch
I
was
mean?
don't
like a
think so.
3,000-5,000 viewer.
But
Fortnite
listen,
was like 15,
Well, no.
30,000 viewer.
No,
but
I hate Fortnite, and I'll admit it. It was
Mhm.
Fortnite. Fortnite blew them up.
listen,
wait,
no,
but, like,
Fortnite,
Tim
Fort,
already was known.
yeah, Fortnite blew these people up even more. But I
Yeah,
will
'cause
say, that Ninja is profited the most off of Fortnite, and he took all of his friends with him. Nick Merckx, Tim the Tatman, all these other people that he was duoing with, trioing, squatting with. He took them with him. That's just what he did. Because if they wouldn't have been playing with Ninja, Ninja would have soaked up every fucking view, dude. I guarantee that. Because
Yeah, I mean, he
Ninja,
still did.
yeah,
It was just kind of like a trickle down effect.
yeah. No, that's what
But,
I'm
like,
saying though.
eventually
But
people were
like,
oh, Nick Marks is more entertaining
but
than Ninja.
Tim the
He's gonna
Tatman
watch
was
him.
bigger than Ninja before Fortnite came out. Tim the Tatman
Yeah.
was the
Oh,
face
yeah,
of the
100%,
platform.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
between
Oh, yeah.
Call of Duty and
Well, but
Overwatch.
They grew together. They grew together.
Well, yeah, but
And
they
what
didn't play the
helped
same
them
games
grow?
together. They didn't play
Yes,
the
they
same
did.
games together.
It was Fortnite.
Well,
Tim
I'm
was
talking
before
about before Fortnite. I'm not talking about
Yeah,
during
back when he
Fortnite.
was
No, I
playing like
understand that, I understand that.
H1Z1 and all
I'm
that
talking
stuff.
about when Ninja caught up to Tim. Tim was a huge streamer on the platform. A huge
Yeah.
streamer. He was one of the biggest. One of my favorites. He got huge. Ninja got massive because of Fortnite. And what helped him? What helped Tim catch up to that?
I got the moth. All right.
We heard it. I heard
Die,
say,
you
"Fuck
fucker."
you."
You finally fucking got that moth, dude.
It was sitting up in the corner over by my picture frame, and I'm like, oh, and I go, fuck you guys. I'm
Yeah,
out."
boy! Fuck that moth.
Fuck that.
All
piece of
right.
shit.
So let's get back to a roundtable discussion because
All
we've
right,
been
can
like
we-
cutting each other off and going over.
Fuck Microsoft.
You want to take a break?
Moving on.
Go pee.
Yeah,
Go pee.
we've been streaming for like fucking what? 2
2.5
hours?
hours.
Yeah, it
Here's
doesn't even
here's
feel
how we
like
end
that,
this
dude.
mixer discussion. Microsoft's a piece of shit, and I hate them, except for Windows 10. Moving on.
Moving on. True.
Yep.
Can
We're
I
all
have
agreed?
5
Good.
minutes? I need to go
Yeah.
get some food in my belly.
Go.
I gotta heat the pizza up. I'm drunk.
Go.
I gotta pick up this dead moth off my floor.
We will
so-
be discussing while you're gone.
Yeah.
We love
Okay,
you.
that's fine. I'll be back.
I love you.
I love you.
There's
I love
another
you.
one in my room.
Love you, bro.
I love you. I love you.
I love you.
Oh god.
But yeah, gentlemen.
I love
know,
you.
Go warm up your damn pizza.
All right, I got pizza. Stop yelling at me.
I know for me.
Yeah, I did.
This has been a lot of fun, man. Like I just want to say thank you for all of you guys for allowing me to just hang out with you guys, vibe out, have some drinks,
Hell yeah.
talk about some real shit.
Yeah,
that I
man.
think does need to be talked about. I wish I could stay, but I just got yelled at by my dad. and he
Oh
just
no,
said,
dude, you're good, man. I don't want to
"No."
get you. I don't want to get you in trouble, brother.
And I looked at the time, and it was like 3 a.m. Eastern. Again,
Yeah.
if I lived in my own place, I wouldn't give a shit, bro. But I'm loud as fuck. And the
Yeah,
worst
no,
of
dude,
it.
you're good, brother. You're good, brother. I completely understand.
Again, we got to do this again sometime. Just hit me up on Discord or Twitter or whatever, bro. Shoot the shit. I'll answer you guys. All you guys are cool people,
Hey,
bro.
Do
For
me a
sure,
favor,
dude.
link your discords or link your discords. Wow. link your Twitch streams in that general chat on Discord.
I'm staying in that chat that we're in, by the way, because those conversations that we had were awesome, and I want to keep continuing having those conversations.
100%.
I don't have that many people that I talk to, so
Always down to have more friends, man. Always down
Yeah,
to
we're
have
friends now, dude.
I walk the lonely road.
Yeah, dude.
Only one.
No,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
Are
Yeah,
you a
like
Saints
this is
fan?
cool.
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
I'm from
we're
Louisiana.
Me and him are both from
All right.
Louisiana.
Yosha's wife. Yeah, can you like ban that dude? Thanks. All right, we're good.
Wait,
So-
are you a Cowboys fan? Is that what you're telling me?
Nah, dude, I'm a Packers fan, man.
Oh, that's
wait.
fine. That's whatever, dude. That's whatever to
Well,
us.
no, but he's probably got bad blood from the way that we treated Favre. As
Oh.
I mean, that makes sense, you know.
Well, he was
Not
in
really,
Minnesota at the time. He was a traitor.
Yeah, actually,
Oh,
to be
yeah.
fair, I still don't like Favre to this day. I don't give a shit. I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan all the way through.
All right, boys. Have a good one.
Take it
You
easy,
too,
man.
Nice meeting you.
Love you guys. Have a good one.
Fuck that mod.
Peace and love.
GG's.
Okay,
yeah,
let
dude.
me move my camera again.
Oh yeah, because
Yosha-
there's 4 of you.
Honestly, just like put yourself in that chair.
If I had my green screen, I would. But yeah, dude, this has been a great discussion. And speaking of the Saints, I want to touch on like the Black Lives Matter stuff that happened recently with Drew Brees. I remember he said something about disrespecting the flag, and he got huge
Oh, I do remember that.
kickback from it from people.
He got
A lot of
cancel culture
teammates,
hitting
a
him.
lot of. I mean, to be honest, his statement was a little ignorant because during this time, that was something to not really talk about. You know what I mean? That was
Yeah.
not the issue at hand. It was more about, and that reporter asked him that question as bait. Like, that was definitely a bait question. Like, if the season comes around, are you gonna kneel for the anthem and stuff like that? Like, obviously fucking bait from the media. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
but I'm proud of him actually taking time to get educated and learning about everything, especially since he lives down here in New Orleans, which is like, as Mayor Ray Nagin said back in the day, Chocolate City. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the whole aspect of New Orleans is based around Black culture, and definitely, it's definitely awesome to see him actually educating himself with everything too. So this is me talking to
that's
you as like locals, you know.
Yeah. I saw the video that he had made, but I didn't know what he was doing exactly or what had happened to him.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel like every white American should be acting in this time, because when you think you know about a situation that you have no idea about, that's when you start messing up.
Yeah, because like
And
Marcus
that's when you
Colston said it best when replying to Drew. He was like, "Your grandfather came home a hero after he fought the war. My grandfather came back as treated like trash, treated like dirt, treated as just another black man in America in the 40s." You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that might have hit home to Drew, because now he knows not everybody sees the American flag the same way. And rightfully so, because you know, this country has so much blood in it, and so much like disgusting things on how this country became and how this country formed. Like, it's just disgusting sometimes. I feel disgusted being an American, mostly because of, for sure, I think it's right that to escape the tyranny that was going on at the time, you know, of course, everybody wanted to leave, but it's just like the way we got here, we were no better. You know, we were no better.
Not at all.
So,
And honestly, that's why I'm honestly like surprised that the Native American population hasn't started rioting either, because like they get discriminated against constantly. I mean, you look at I don't see any personal issue with it, but they do when it comes to all these racist like symbols that are a part of America. Like, they have problems with it. We don't, because we're white Americans, or people don't because we're white Americans, but we don't know what they go through or how they
exactly.
feel, you know? So,
Yeah.
and that's the thing that people of our color need to understand. You don't understand how they feel, so you need to listen. You don't
Yeah.
need to act like you know everything,
The
you know?
first step in
So,
change with this is listening first,
yep.
and then educate yourself with what you have been told. And it's not,
Agreed.
I'm going to go on Fox News and read all these articles, or I'm going to go on CNN and read all these articles, or I'm going to go here, whatever. It's picking up a book, dude. Like, pick up a book and read. And it's so, like, there's so much resources out there for you to educate yourself on this country. And
Exactly.
it's almost disgusting sometimes. And like, there was a, my parents are very, very religious too. And so there was a recent thing that I forgot his name. I'm not a huge fan of him, but I do like some of the stuff. Sean King. Sean King recently said that to tear down statues of Jesus and stuff like that. And I kind of agree with that in a sense, especially growing up reading the Bible. And I actually went to school and studied the Bible. And Jesus is not a white man. He's not white. And I don't think he appreciates people making him into the image of a white man. Like, Jesus was against idolatry, and that's like against God, and like learning about it, you know, in the past. And it's kind of like, it's big in the Catholic Church because the Catholic Church is based on white supremacy. It was based off of King George and the kings of England. So really, like, Catholic roots are racist. Point blank period.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And like, people are just now like pulling this out and just realizing that our country is based off of racism. Everybody who was not of white skin color was a beast and was not considered human. It happened to the Native Americans. It happened to the Chinese and the Asian cultures. It happened to the blacks. It happened to every single person that wasn't of our skin tone when they first came into this country. Because we always viewed our skin tone as superior.
Anybody that was different,
Yeah.
anybody that was not what our culture saw as the perfect, you know. So it reminds me so much of like the way that Nazi Germany saw their religion and like their supremacy. It's like,
Yeah.
if you're not white with blonde hair and blue eyes, you're not a perfect human. It's disgusting. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It is.
It is. It's
If
very.
it doesn't make you sick to your stomach, like as a human being, if it doesn't make you disgusted,
But like,
then you're not a good person.
yeah, and the best we can do is educate ourselves and do better. You know, and like, a lot of people suffer from
And
white guilt.
You have to teach people,
Yeah.
and you have to show people, like your kids. Like, I know for a fact, my kids, if I ever have kids, when I have kids, if it happens, my
God
kids
bless those
are
children.
not.
I'm just kidding.
Seg, I swear to fucking God.
If
I lost my
kids-
platform. Leave me alone.
if I ever have kids, I want my kids to be able to wake up in the morning and know that everybody that they see, whether they're white, black, yellow, orange,
Blue.
green, purple, orange, blue,
There you go.
they're all just people. They're all
Yeah.
human. We're all the same thing. We're all one race. We're
Yeah.
all one.
But it's
Exactly.
your
So
it's
gross.
your
So
obligation.
disgusting.
It's your obligation
makes-
too, to teach them that to love everybody, no matter who they are, but to also
Love
realize that
people
there's
for who they
people,
are.
but also
Love
realize that there's people that are taught racism, that are taught to hate people because of their skin color. And
Teaching my kids to understand that there are people out there who are going to be against other people's skin colors.
yeah,
It's so hard for me.
yeah, and it's
because
tough.
I want my kids to love everybody, even if the
Yeah.
people. It's hard. It's so hard to say this. Even if somebody is intolerant, even if somebody is against another person's race, religion,
Yeah,
I want my kids. I want the people that my kids that I raise to love.
yeah, and that's a
everyone.
great
Even if
great
they're-
thing.
Even if they're bad people, even
Yeah.
bad people deserve love.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm on
And
that
that's the
one.
problem with what those people are. That's the problem with how those people were raised, is that they're bad people because they weren't loved. They did not know love
Yeah.
the way that every human should know love. And like
Yeah.
that sucks for me. It makes me sick to my stomach to know that someday I have to teach my kids the difference between loving somebody and loving somebody who hates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
hardest part for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I love everybody. And
Yeah.
I'll be the first person to say it. Like I've never had a problem with a person based on their skin color ever in my life. And I'm a white guy from a suburban neighborhood. I've never had a problem with somebody for that reason. Never. I grew up, in a neighborhood where like it's tough. You know, East Cleveland. East Cleveland. Think about that. Like I don't know if you guys know what Cleveland, like how Cleveland is, but like I grew up in East Cleveland. It's not an easy neighborhood. But I grew up loving everybody.
Yeah.
I had white friends, I had black friends, I had people who went through problems, I had black friends who went through struggles. But I'd never once said you deserve more appreciation than somebody who's white.
I
It makes no sense.
I think that's the difference with our I think that's the difference with our generation too. Is that we listen more.
Oh yeah.
We are more are more empath than any other generation, in my opinion. And listening to people's stories and know to where to stand your ground against racial issues is key to fixing things. And it's gonna take a long. It might not be fixed in our lifetime. Honestly, it's been going on for hundreds of years. All of this, but we can do better into teaching our children. Because I'm a dad, so I won't have the privilege that you will, Heimer, unfortunately, to teach my kid
No,
that.
I understand that.
Yeah,
That's the difference.
yeah, I won't have
understand
that.
difference.
Yeah, I won't have that privilege to teach my kid to love anybody, no matter who they are, or that people are going to treat you good no matter what. I unfortunately don't have that privilege as a father of a black child.
But what you have is, as far as I'm concerned, what you have is the fact that you can say to your child, because you have a beautiful child and a
Yeah.
beautiful wife who are two people who I don't see as any different than what you see.
Yeah.
And I'm sure both of these guys below me don't see them as any different
Yeah.
as what you see them as. You see them as the same kind of human being.
Mm-hmm.
That is what you have as your advantage. Is
Yeah.
being able to tell them that they are no different.
Yeah, they
You know,
are no
your-
different, but they
Your
will.
son is no different.
Yeah.
What you need to teach your son is that there are going to be people that might see them as different.
Yeah, exactly. And that's going to be the tough part as being a dad.
Teach
you know?
him to love those people.
Oh yeah.
Teach him to see them and love them. And
Yeah,
say,
I feel like
I'm sorry that you feel that way. I still love you.
Yeah.
I still want you to be successful and have a good life. It sucks that it sucks that
honestly,
you have
I
to
don't
feel that
wish
way.
I don't wish anybody that's racist or has any prejudice any success in life. To be honest, like in my personal opinion, those people like racism. Yeah, we can teach to love people. We can teach to love people. That's fine. But I'm not teaching my son to love a racist. I'm teaching my son call him the fuck out. And don't associate yourself with those people, because my wife grew up in a mostly white neighborhood. She was in rural Texas, and people
God.
saying the N-word around her regularly, and she just had to accept that. My wife didn't find acceptance being a black female until she moved down here with me in New Orleans, and she was almost 20 years old.
Wow.
Racism has no place in anybody's life.
But
and
you have to understand, racism has no boundaries.
it doesn't have boundaries, and it's
That's
taught.
what you need to teach your kids, is that people need to understand. Kids need to understand that, like your child has a blessing in the sense that your child is going to be able to be raised in a family that understands that there's a difference between being a good person and being a bad person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you have that obligation. That is, and I understand, dude. I have faith that you are going to teach your son to understand the difference between good and bad. I have
Yeah.
faith in that.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I know that because I know you're a good person.
Yeah.
There are so many families out there that never taught their kids the difference between good and bad.
Yeah, and that
You know what I'm
sucks.
saying?
And I feel
that
like
fucking
that
sucks.
needs
And
that needs
is
to
a
be
huge
taught.
part of our problem.
Yeah.
In America right
That's
now.
the
It's
proof.
a huge part of our problem.
That's what I was saying. Like, white people teach their kids, oh, everything is fine. Nothing is bad going on. Nothing bad's gonna happen to you.
That's not
No
true.
shit. I'm white,
never
mom.
true.
I'm
Never
white.
true.
Of course, nothing's bad gonna
You
happen to
don't
me.
know. They don't know
Like-
what it's like to grow up as a black kid. Like I've talked with plenty of people, plenty of black kids, and their way of growing up is completely different than what I'm used to. And I'm
Rab,
honestly
what
like,
is your Rab? What is your ethnicity? Like
my
specifically?
ethnicity. Well, I'm half white, half Panamanian, but I mean,
So
I consider
you're
myself
not.
to be white.
I mean, from first glance, from what I know you, I've never met you before tonight, at all.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you. I would say, from what I could see, that you look to me like you are not a white guy.
Yes,
You're not a white guy. So
I'm not.
obviously, being not a white guy, you're not going to have the same freedoms somebody like me or Yash is going to have, in the sense that we
Or
don't
Seg.
understand what.
I said NSEG.
Yeah,
We're
what the hell,
I-
dude?
we-
It's because
Okay,
I'm
and
mixer,
Seg, sorry,
isn't it?
sorry.
All right, whatever.
And you're a
Go
mixer,
ahead.
bitch. Go away. No, we're white guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't understand the same racial profiling, and we don't. Dude, I have red hair.
Ginger.
I've had it hard my whole life.
You have no soul. No, I'm just kidding.
I have no soul. People have been telling me I'm a piece of shit all my life. Like,
Wait,
oh,
are you a
have no
ginger?
soul." Yes, I'm a ginger.
Yeah, dude, you are a piece of shit. All right.
See,
Oh,
I
jeez.
told you. I've gotten that.
my
whole life.
sister has red hair, so like,
Exactly.
I'm allowed to call you a piece of
But,
shit.
but
I've had people call me Paco whenever I was in high school. So
exactly, I have never had it anywhere near as
I
bad
don't-
as somebody.
but, like,
who
I don't even
is
understand that
actually
reference.
of a
I don't even
different
get it.
religion. South
Paco.
Park.
Yeah, we don't talk about it, but like, just for reference, like, I have no idea what that like means at all.
It's a Mexican slur.
Oh,
It's a
is it?
Mex-
Okay, I literally
It's
have
a
no idea.
Mexican slur. It's referring to somebody who looks like
Beaner.
they have Hispanic descent as somebody who has. It's assholery. It's bullshit.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like people could take, like, for me personally, like, I don't take that as an offense, right? Because one, whenever people call me a beaner or they call me Mexican or they call me all these different things, that's not who I am personally. I'm from Panama. So if you want to call me something, call me Hispanic or call me Panamanian, right? So it's it doesn't phase me as much, right?
Yeah.
So I can't really compare it as to say a black person whenever they get called the N-word, you know? It doesn't hurt me as much as it would for them. For them to have something said to them like that. Now, I'm
Yeah.
not going to say that I have had it better or worse living my life. But I don't think that I think that I've had some form of prejudice in a sense, but not nearly as much as other people have, you know.
We all
It's
kind of
nothing in
have
comparison.
we all kind of have to like work on ourselves with prejudices and even forms of racism. Even no matter how progressive we can be or how liberal we can be or how much we push towards the right direction, we constantly have to kind of like catch ourselves sometimes and be like, yo, what am I doing? Let me self-reflect and let me change this. Because we grew up surrounded by these things are okay and they're not. You know what I'm saying? So
But the difference is, Yash, where you come from, I'm sure it was hard for you. You understand that like seeing color was normal. You know, seeing somebody as a different person was normal. You had the opportunity of falling in love and marrying somebody who is a beautiful African American woman. You have that luxury, right?
Yeah.
You have that. A lot of people don't. Myself, personally, I don't have that. My girlfriend of 9.5 years, she's not African American. She's a white woman. She's, you know, I don't have that. So
Yeah.
a lot of people don't understand that sometimes you need to take a step back and go, how is this going to affect you?
And
How does this affect your life?
Yeah, and I will admit being married to a black woman has rapidly sped up my growth.
A beautiful black woman.
A beautiful black woman. No,
That's actually how I
marrying.
found Yosh,
I will
honestly.
never let you say anything. Your wife is beautiful.
She's
She is
amazing.
gorgeous.
Yes, she's
He
the
uploaded
light.
a photo.
Gorgeous woman.
Like she
She is
is
a
the
gorgeous
light.
human being.
She is
And
literally
your
the
child-
light of my fucking life.
And
And
Wait, whoa. What am I then?
the shit that comes out of
White.
my butt.
You're
No, I'm just kidding. No,
Yeah, go
but
back to Mixer.
Oh my
but
god.
no.
For 27 days, I will. Thank you.
No, but seriously, like being married to a black woman has sped up my growth tremendously. I had a lot of stuff to work on when we first got together. And fortunately, she stuck with me and she educated me and stuff like that. And you know, I mean, it's I'm not going to always expect people to be on the same page as me or as the same page of anybody else. Like we all have our own opinions and we all have our different ways of growing, you know? And I'm very privileged in that fact to be married in that aspect, to be married to a beautiful black woman. You know, I'm very privileged in that aspect that I was able to be taught a lot of this stuff, like just through her and through her perseverance. You know, I'm very grateful to her and I always will be. So yeah.
We're giving Yosh so much brownie points, by the way, guys.
Yeah. Just
He's-
for
Hey,
reference,
my
like,
girlfriend is Italian, so I can't really say I'm there, but I'm kind of close.
Yeah.
I just want to know if I'm getting like any like reward for like boosting his ego tonight.
No,
right?
no, you're Mixer. Go, bye.
We're all friends. We should all be boosting each other's egos, to be honest.
We're all friends. We've all met for the first time. I know Yash. I don't know you guys, but
We played
what, Tarkov one time?
you were drunk. I mean,
I was hammered. One time. I remember I was hammered. One time.
He remembers, but he's like, I don't know, this little fucking piece of shit just lives on Mixer.
No, I just make Mixer jokes because it's what I have a Twitch tattoo. And I'm the comedy guy, okay? It's what I do.
I'm
here
gonna
here for
brand him.
comedic relief. I'm here to keep...
I'm gonna brand him with a Mixer logo, I swear.
Dude, if you ever meet me, come see me, dude. Come see me, bro.
All right, so I think
bro.
we're
Brand
going
that
in.
Mixer on my ass, bro. Right
We're
here.
going in onto like 3 hours here. Let's end it up with. We're gonna end it up with like, what have you guys all learned about content creation throughout your years of streaming? We'll just end it off with this note because I feel like we've like covered everything in this stream. With a lot of stuff. Yeah, and
We
because
killed
there's
a moth, dude.
it's-
We killed a moth
adventurous.
this stream.
I mean, we covered a lot of stuff because there's a lot of shit going on right now. I
Yeah.
mean, and of course we're gonna express, you know, some of our feelings. But what's your biggest takeaway from creating content over the years, and how has it made you better in a sense? Like, that's not what I want to say. It's not how I want to word it. How did you remold yourself as a content creator throughout the years to find who you are as a content creator?
Start with Seg.
Whoa, why me?
Because
Yeah.
You're the first one on the clock.
Yeah,
Oh, am I really? All right, sick.
Yeah, I moved, apparently.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
Lucy had to go, so.
But yeah, it's the question is basically is how has content creation molded you over the years? Because all of us has pretty decent amount of time into streaming, especially Heimer. Holy shit! But how have you molded content creation to mostly reflect who you are as an individual, or are you still working on that? And what are you doing to work yourself towards that? Damn.
God.
That's a great fucking question. I can't wait for my turn.
Same.
Come on,
It's
Seg.
loaded.
Step it up.
Yeah, it's.
Let's
I
go.
don't know. I don't know. Like, a part of me is like, pay more attention to platforms, pay more attention to like what they're doing, and like when you talk about like how I've learned how to like, I've learned a lot about myself in the last probably 3 years, and I think content creation's really brought that out.
Hmm.
Just of like who I want to be as a person, what I want to represent as myself, because like when you put yourself, especially in streaming, not just in videos, but like especially in streaming, is that another moth? I swear I thought I saw one. It could be the alcohol for I know. When you put yourself on the internet, you are putting your personality you're putting, your value you're putting, everything you believe in on in front of people, and then people have to figure out if they like that, and if they do like that, how do they resonate with it? And so because people can resonate with a lot of different personalities and stuff, but you're trying to find people that resonate with you and trying to develop that community. And it can be difficult, and I still struggle with this of like learning to tell my chat like, hey, I don't actually appreciate you saying these things, or I don't actually appreciate like you doing these things, so like can we not? So like I hate being gaslighted. It's actually one of my giant pet peeves is when people gaslight me all the time, because my anxiety goes through the roof, and then it's just a really bad night for myself. And so like I'll sometimes chat will gaslight me, and like I kind of let it go a little bit, but within the last probably year, I've really kind of cracked down on it, and I've really been like, no, I don't want this.
That's awesome.
And like even my moderators, I'm like, hey, like I know these are our friends, but like this is my chat, and like if you can't hold that value, then like you gotta go.
Yeah.
And like I don't know if Catch is still here or not. He's probably sleeping for all I know. Like real MVP, because I've gone through shitty mods left and right. I mean, Yosh, I've told you about it, and like just being able to count on someone to like know what I want, and know that like even though I'm too afraid to say it, like he'll do it for me.
Yeah.
And that's a huge, and I still struggle with that now when it comes to like just in anything, like when people are gaslighting me or people are like picking fun of me, and I like to make fun of myself because I think it's funny. But like in hindsight, it's really frustrating just because of like my own like mental ego type ordeal. So like when someone else is doing it to me, just being able to have a moderator to like cut that shit out and I don't have to worry about it makes my life 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
Just being able to read chat. So that's a real huge thing that I've learned is just know what you want to like represent and like take action for it. And I'm still learning that today.
For sure, dude. That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
All right, Rab, you're up,
Enjoy
dude.
that.
Sir.
Enjoy that.
Okay, so mine's that's a bit of a loaded question because, like, me personally, when I first started content, or I say content creation, I just started streaming on Twitch, and I was streaming uh, the low end games, just trying to get viewers and stuff. Like, I was basically the typical streamer that everybody said that that my friend Heimer up here was talking about is a pussy ass bitch, because I was concerned with the numbers, and I was concerned with the success, right? I mean, and I think honestly everybody
ass
goes
bitch.
through that to a certain extent. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to gaslight you,
No,
but
we all do. No, we all do. I
yeah,
went through the
and
same thing.
I went through the
5
same thing
years.
too. I went through the same
Yeah.
thing
5
too.
years, I was like, oh my god, numbers.
yeah, and and it kind of like drawn to me that I wanted to succeed, and that I wanted to do this, and I wanted to do that, and because my I love streaming. Don't get me wrong. Um, but the other aspects of my life were leaning towards me not having to stream as much, or me having to devote other resources into my real life situation, because my real life situation isn't the best right now, right? So I've had to take a step back from my live streaming, and it was a big toll on me, on top of the mental strain that you get from streaming. It's a lonely road, and you have to persevere through it. You have to get over that mentality of failing, and you have to persevere through it in order to succeed, because the only person that's going to do it is yourself. Nobody else is going to do it for you, and that's something that I've had to, I guess, adapt to and understand. The more that I've started streaming, um, the more that I've started taking it, I guess, seriously in a sense. Um, and then, taking it too seriously, getting too overwhelmed, and having to take a step back, and
Yeah.
think about the things, and understand that, like, I'm not going to be the next ninja. I'm not going to be the next King Gothalion, I I have the potential to be somebody that can be great, but it's not going to be somebody that gets insanely lucky or has because honestly, personally, I think Ninja got lucky with the
Oh
stuff that
yeah.
he got. He is a
Oh,
very good entertainer. He had the things in like foundation, but like I think that he was the right place at the right time for the game, and that's what like skyrocketed him, you know.
Yeah,
And I don't
just to
think that I'm ever
piggyback,
going to get to that
just to
position.
piggyback that on just a quick
Um,
second.
Fortnite.
No, just to piggyback on that a quick second. Like, there's a huge luck factor when it comes to
How
success.
dare you interrupt him?
All
I
right,
mean,
so
this
that's
is
all I
his
wanted to
moment.
say. That's all I wanted to say. That's all.
It's his fucking time.
Heimer,
You
you're
let
not
him
allowed
do
to
my
it.
drink
headphones
anymore.
messed up, guys. Hang on.
Shut up, Zach.
Oops,
I'm allowed
sorry.
to drink as much as I want.
My headphones like popped out for some reason.
You're
Josh
good. You can
understands,
continue,
okay?
I
brother.
can't
That's
hear.
how I am when I'm drunk.
You can continue, brother.
Okay, go ahead. Now you're back.
No,
We're
I
good.
was just saying that
Um,
like the luck factor is huge. That's it.
Oh yeah.
In
Yeah,
success. But you can continue. That's all I wanted to say.
and and so I don't know. It just accepting that reality and accepting that, you know, you got a lot of, there's a lot of work that you have to do. There's a lot of things that you have to take care of in order to get to where you got to go. That's just something that I've had to understand and enjoy the streaming experience more, instead of, you know, like you guys were talking about earlier, it's getting to be an exhausting thing. I was streaming games that I didn't want to stream. I was doing things that I didn't want to do, instead of doing, you know, learning to stream the games that I want to stream and build a community that way, or streaming when I can, instead of trying to adhere to this schedule that I know is not going to be beneficial for me, nor can I, you know, keep up with it because of the way that my life is, you know. So, you know, all in all, just getting the realization and understanding the reality of it, instead of getting all caught up in the numbers and the dreams and all that other stuff, has been the learning experience for me, and I'm still trying to get to that position today, you know.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome, dude. Awesome. All right, Heimer.
Oh.
Question: do I need to take a shot of alcohol before he talks?
Oh yeah, let me go get a beer. Let me go get a beer before he starts talking. Hold
Yeah.
up. Don't
I
start
feel like
yet.
I need more whiskey if I'm gonna like have to listen to it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Look.
Look, if you're gonna cancel me, get it over with, all right?
Hey, cancel culture. No, I don't have a lot to say, honestly.
All right, I'm back.
I really don't have a lot to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What
Alright,
I do
cool.
want to say is,
I mean,
that
7
I
years
do-
is a long time, so.
Yeah.
Look, what I've learned in my 7 years, my 7 years on this
Yeah.
platform, man, 7 years,
You are
is
old.
that it doesn't matter what you do. None of it matters. None of it matters. Look, I'm not a good-looking guy. I have fucked up teeth. I have red hair.
same.
It doesn't matter
Same.
how great your content is. Doesn't
Every
matter
single one.
who you know. Doesn't matter how good you are at a game. What matters is the people that you surround yourself with and the people that you become friends with because of this platform. I would never give a shit in a million years if I ever became famous from Twitch. I wouldn't care. I really wouldn't, because I met some of my closest friends through this platform. I have a Twitch tattoo, not because I love the platform, because I love the people that I have met through Twitch. Yash is a great example of that. I have only known him for probably a year tops.
Yo,
And he's, dude, he's a great guy. He's just a good guy. We've gamed together, we've supported each other, we've had honesty between each other. I've talked to him, he's talked to me. It's been great. Some of my closest friends I've ever met, ever, have been through Twitch. My point is that it does not matter what you make of yourself through this platform. It's not about making something of yourself through this platform, as far as I'm concerned, because I've been here for 7 years. I've seen the rise and the fall of so many big streamers, and so many people have come and gone. It's about making friends with people and connecting with people who mean something to you. And I've made those friends. I've become close with those people. That's all I care about. That's why I do this for fun, as a joke. On the weekends, I work Monday through fucking Thursday, 10 hours a day. I get off work, I stream for fucking 12 hours a day just to fuck with people. Typically, I just do it to fuck with people. People
Yeah.
come to my stream and be like, yo, you're a pro Valorant player. I'll be like, yeah, dude, suck my nuts. That's what I do.
Toxic, dude.
That's what I do on my free time. I love playing video games. I love people, and I love everything about this platform. It's about being around people who you care about. And my advice to anybody that's getting into Twitch is do not force it. Don't force it.
Mm-hmm.
Just it's got to be natural.
Yeah.
You gotta enjoy being around people. Have fun, man. It's about having fun. Some of my best memories of my life are from Twitch cons. Just being around people I met for the first time, going to a bar, getting fucked up, doing dumb shit. Just have fun and
Yeah.
love people who deserve it. Love the people who deserve it. Don't do bad things. And cheers. Alcohol.
Cheers. Cheers to
yeah,
that.
man.
Cheers to that.
If I had a beer, I'd drink it too, but I don't, sadly.
That's okay.
All right.
Next
I
time.
appreciate you guys.
Hell yeah, man.
Thank you for having me, Yash. I appreciate
Oh, of course, dude. Of course.
it. And it's been awesome. And hey, love everybody. Just love everybody. Love. So much love. I have so much fucking love, dude. Look at this.
Banned. I get banned. No, I'm just kidding.
TOS.
Oh
I
man.
love everybody. I just want to love everybody, dude. Ugh.
So a lot of the things that I think I've learned, it's going on 3 years now, and having a support system is super important with Twitch, and people to kind of kick you back to reality. Like having
Yeah.
people like what you said earlier, Rab, you were saying that feeling like you're in it alone and stuff like that. When you're alone on Twitch, it's a very, very lonely place.
It is.
Very, very lonely place, because just turning on your stream and going is not the way to. That's not what Twitch is meant for, in my opinion. You know, some people will do that and then they'll never see proper growth from that. Surrounding yourself with good people, friends, like I said, people who will always be there to support you and lift you up. I met like a lot of my really, really good friends from communities that I helped start. There was one where I first started, it was called Team with No Name when I first started, and then TBD, you know, and then they went through their shit. They got shut down. And it's with the people that you meet and the friendships that last through these communities that you join, even through, like, I've been interacting with so many more people on Twitter lately than I ever have. And before I didn't really do that. And I find interacting and actually talking with people forms friendships. Like, Rab, I would never gotten to know you this much if we didn't do this.
Yeah, man.
Same thing with
And I wouldn't have like known you if I would have been like, why not? Let's go
Yeah.
ahead and do a podcast. you
Yeah,
know?
and then
So-
like I was like, whatever, let's do it, dude. Like, let's go. Like, and because I love meeting people and forming connections. I don't care if
But-
you're
But
one.
you have to honestly say that's kind of what like happened with us.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I wouldn't have been like, hey Yash, I'll come on your podcast and do like a thing.
yeah,
You know, if I didn't know you or know who you were or have had like an experience with you, I wouldn't have been like, hey dude, I'll come on. Like I'm free.
yeah,
You know, I'll do something. So that's
Yeah.
a perfect example. Like we met each other through the platform.
yeah,
You and me.
exactly.
You and me have met each other through this platform right here.
Yeah.
So
And
Perfect.
learning over the years is numbers really don't matter. I
right.
have 15 viewers in my chat right now. I'm sponsored by Avermedia. I'm sponsored by JLab. I get free game keys and get to stream games from developers all the time.
Talk about Avermedia every time.
But what I'm saying is that I've had great opportunities that I never would have had through streaming. I got sponsored. I got talked with JLab through Seg, and Avermedia was just a shot in the dark, and I got it, and I didn't think I was gonna get it, to be honest. And same things with game keys. I apply for them, and I don't expect anything, but I get them. I don't know why, but I do. And it's how you carry yourself, being very confident in yourself. It's hard, because if you're not confident in yourself in real life, it's hard to be confident on stream. fully confident in
Yeah.
yourself.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I'm learning that. I'm getting more and more confidence every day. Even being married and having a beautiful wife and a beautiful son and having an amazing life, I'm still not 100% happy with myself. You know what I'm saying? So your mic's not coming through, Seg.
Question:
What's up?
Are you always gonna wear a collared shirt on stream now?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
You noticed the trend? You noticed the trend?
Four
I'm gonna
streams
just
in a row. 4. I've noticed it. 4 in a row.
Hey, I look good in a collar shirt, dude. Come on now.
You look
Yeah,
good with
dude.
that
Kala
collar.
Kala.
But
I look good in fucking anything, my guy.
oh, God
You look better with the lights off.
Ooh.
damn. But like, so
I love
like,
you. Damn.
it's moments. It's honestly moments like what we're having right now is why I love Twitch and how I've grown on the platform. Because me and Seg hardly talk to each other. He's like, dude, you want to be on a podcast? And ever since I went on there and I talked with him and we interacted, bam, we've been best friends ever since.
That was literally a giant ass shot in the dark.
Yeah, and we've been friends literally ever since. Heimer, I met him through my buddy Horror Bad stream, and then me and him just started playing games together. Bam, we clicked immediately. I connected with Rab today. I connected with Lucy. Now I've made friendships that never would have been possible without this platform. You know.
Rab, just ignore it. Just ignore it.
No, but
I
like
know you want to make a comment on it. Just don't.
Yeah.
no, but seriously, like growing up,
Look,
like and finding
it
myself.
doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you do, like to be successful. If it happens, it happens. It's
Yeah.
awesome. It's about making significant relationships with people that you want to get to know and that you want to have a good time with, and play some fucking games, man. It's all it's about,
Yeah.
dude. Twitch is about video games. Fucking
Oh,
God.
and podcast and talking with people
And
It's-
all those other things.
and everything else, you know.